What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? We are live with another live watch-along here on Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz with my co-host Isaac Harris over here, and the Celtics will be looking to get a gentleman's sweep here going back to the Garden, trying to get this done, and we're here to break it down live. Obviously, as we all know, Kristaps is not going to be going for the Boston Celtics, but are not going for the Celtics, and for the Heat, no Butler, no Rozier, no Richardson, and the newest addition to the injury report, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Now, Isaac, what are your kind of thoughts going into this game? What do you want to see the Boston Celtics do tonight? Why is there no... Are you muted? I don't know why there's no audio input on this right now.
I apologize. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Well, I apologize that for everybody. Well, what I was saying was that the Celtics just needs to close the series. Take advantage of the fact that another key rotational piece is out for the game. Jaime Jaquez, their sensational rookie rotational player that has been like their glue guy and also their shooter, been kind of everything for them when Jimmy Butler or Tyler Hero can't step up in that wing role. Take advantage of that. That's the only thing is that they can do. The Heat have proven that if the full team was healthy, this may have gone to 6. But they pushed it to 5 without their star help, and now their star rotational help and their bench is all injured. Take advantage of it. Win by 30.
Exactly. One of my friends was we were giving lines before the game, what we were kind of predicting. I said 8.5. One of my boys said a 12.5, and one of my boys said 26.5 because he's going on that side where he wants to see them come out and dominate this squad, have big games from Tatum, Brown, Derrick White, and just really see this team take control and get the victory done here. And that's all I'm hoping for. I want to see a big game from Al Horford as well with no Kristaps Porzingis. Got to hit those shots. It's been a little bit inconsistent from three-point range so far in the playoffs, so I'd love to see him knock down at least 3 or 4 three-pointers as well. I think that would be huge for the Celtics' success. But here we go. The game is starting, and Horford just won the tip, which is absolutely fantastic. Great start for the Celtics already here. If you guys want us to, I can also pull down the score as well. I'm going to do that. But Holiday for 3. Misses the 3. Jovic with the rebound.
I will say Jovic he's going to break out next year for the Heat.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's destined, and he's going to be a problem in a couple of years.
I think so, too. And I think that he's just becoming more and more dominant for this Heat team as well. Mm-hmm. Let me just put this over our name tags so you guys can see the score. And then we'll adjust it so you guys can see the time as well. But Jaylen Brown just made a nice basket as well for the Boston Celtics. They're starting it off hot for this squad. T. Snizzle says he's going to be back, so no worries. But Charles Miller is here. He's early and late. Sounds good. No worries, Charles. How we doing? Rob Version's here. T. Snizzle. We're expecting a good game with all our friends here. Celtics Roblox said he's going to be a little bit late, but that's A-okay. We'll see Celtics Roblox when he gets in here. Here we go. Jaylen Brown backing him down, kicking out to Holiday. 3-point line. Great ball movement by the Celtics early on with a White 3. Let's go! Derrick White, absolutely fantastic for this team. The hot hand from Game 3 carried over into Game 4. Now, again, keeping it up. The Heat wore those white hot shirts at Game 4, I believe, and Derrick White really stood up to that white hot chant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miami's a hard place to play in the playoffs. That is true. That has been proven the last 25 years. It's one of the hardest places to play in the playoffs.
Exactly, and the Celtics went down there and got what they had to do getting those 2 games. But Jaylen Brown with a nice step-back 3 there. Unfortunately misses as Jovic pulls away the rebound. But now Adebayo's going to have the ball. And he gets it stolen from Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum hustling on that defensive side. And now the Celtics will look to work in transition pretty quickly. Jaylen Brown to the corner. Going to go to the rack instead and get the big man finish righty. Going baseline. Been a specialty of Jaylen Brown's recently. Going with that baseline drive. And getting a little nice hook shot with the right hander. But we got another. Oh, Caleb Martin's running into Derrick White. That's not good. Let's look at the chat. Rob says he's busy at work today, so he won't be able to watch the game, but he says that the Celtics need to start the first quarter strong and win this game. Close it out, and Drew needs to have a strong game today. Would like to see him go for 20. Go Boston Celtics. What are your thoughts on that, Isaac?
I think the first quarter. I think the first quarter is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you close the game for them because they could start well and they could still give it up. Like we saw that the NBA playoffs basketball is ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
As we saw yesterday, the Knicks played incredibly well all up until the last 3 minutes. So it doesn't matter how they start; you got to finish it.
Nah, I know what you mean, but I would like this team to take a good hot start, and they have been hitting their shots so far early on, as Caleb Martin just hit a corner through right there, but Derrick White going for one of his own and misses. Randomer JSV9 is here saying if I remember him. Yes, I do remember J1S2 from last week. What's up? How we doing? Jaylen Brown with a good steal and getting the finish down low. Jaylen Brown really helping out in Holiday, getting that steal to help out the Celtics get that possession right there. Here we go, out of Bio, passing it off Hero. The nice handoff, and handoff does not fall as Hero misses the layup. Rebound by Horford. Celtics controlling the boards like they have been all 4 games. Here we go, Jaylen Brown. Pass out to Horford, step into the 3. Short, front of the rim. Jovic. Looking for the Bam screen. Going to go to the rack. And is going to squeeze on by Derrick White and Al Horford to get the layup. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Pass inside to Drew Holiday. Ball moving around the 3-point line. All the way works back to Jaylen Brown, who takes the 3. Misses it, unfortunately. Celtics going very hard from 3-point range early on. It's something that they've tried to get industrialized and cemented throughout this series.
Mm-hmm.
Horford playing some good defense on Bam. Crowd's not liking Bam tonight. Bam makes the mid-range contested by Horford. BX saying that the league wants us to go 7, and I wouldn't be shocked if they did not want to. He's saying Bam is already looking to hurt people so far. It's always a no-no diving at players' legs to get a ball. I did not see that play. It might have been when we were starting the stream, but if that's the case, Bam's had some questionable decision-making. That's all I have to say.
It's playoff basketball. I feel like all gloves are off in playoff basketball. So many that are looking like, you should look at our own team's history when it comes to playoff.
No, yeah. They definitely, both teams definitely play scrappy, you know what I mean? Just some things are a little uncalled for. But Bam takes the mid-range, misses. Derrick White gets the rebound. Now bringing the ball up. Celtics tied up at 9 here. But he gets to the rack with ease, blowing by as the Heat have no one in the paint. Derrick White. Again, once we're saying, White hot from last game and continuing that streak over into Game 5 here. Has 5 total points of the Celtics' 11 already.
This game is getting a little crazy. I don't predict seeing going to Game 6, but
I don't predict them to go into Game 6 either. But it is a close matchup and a back and forth matchup, which we've really rarely get to see this series. But Brown again going to the rack with ease with a left-handed finish. Me and my boys were talking about this game before the stream. We were saying Jaylen Brown's going to have a big one. And right now, him and Derrick White are those 2 stars scoring the basketball for our Celtics team. Taking a lot of shots too, but making them too. Hero takes a 3. Tatum with a late contest, and it is off. Derrick White now off to the races, though. Getting a little shimmy moves on Nikola Jovic, but goes baseline and kicks it back out to the 3-point line. Horford to Brown. Now Brown kicks it back out to Horford. Some more ball movement from the Celtics as White gets him off his heels and goes to the basket for the slam. Derrick White, ladies and gentlemen, turning up once again. Let's give him the flames because Isaac, as we all know, he has been underrated this season. We've talked about on Celtics Digest. I know that ESPN puts out those articles for clicks, but he was the guy that was left off the top 100 list. Announcers, Hall of Famers like Reggie Miller were saying he deserved to be an all-star candidate with his stats. And even though his name prowess wasn't there, a lot of people were calling him just a glorified role player in a great offense. This man has truly done it and is showing out in the playoffs here. What are your kind of analyzations on Derrick White? And a question that I've kind of asked in our comment section is where would you rank Derrick White in the NBA on a top 100 list? I'd love to hear where you would have him around in a number.
Over glorified role player is kind of a strong sentence because he played well for the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Winning. He's always knew how to play his role. He's always played well, whether he was with the Spurs or the Celtics. So I think this is just more of his breakout year. But the problem is everyone else broke out above him, so he didn't get the star and the flowers that he didn't get the star power, the flowers that he thought that he was ever to get. So now we're seeing in the playoffs, and this is where it matters, where those bench guys, those rotational guys come through. So I believe he should have been ranked in the top 100, 100%. But when you come off the bench, when you know your role, you're not going to get the same love or flowers. You're not. The league is based off of sexiness and flash. Derrick White's not a flashy player. He's a guy who gets his job done. And I feel like over time, the basketball gods will respect him and pay him his right dues. But right now, as a fan of his game, I'm not worried about it. He'll get the sixth man of the year rather than All-Star. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
For sure. And like you mentioned, he's a guy that is kind of, does it all for the Boston Celtics. If he's not hitting those shots on the offensive side, he's still getting a steal. He's still getting a block. He's giving it his all out on the defensive side. And I'm a big proponent for him definitely being on an all defensive team. I know that there's so many great defensive players in this league. It's very hard to pick just the 10 best players. But I do think that Derrick White, for averaging a steal, averaging a block per game throughout the whole entire season, definitely deserves it. And his stock exchange duo partner in Jrue Holiday, I think, definitely deserves it as well. But let's look at some of the more comments here. Celtics Roblox is here. Sorry for being late. No worries, Celtics Roblox. Glad you could pull up and hang out with us tonight. Emmanuel Tavares is here, saying that the Celtics should close it out tonight, and I kind of agree with him. I think that they should be able to get it done. And what's up, Emmanuel? Glad you're back in the stream. He's been one of the people coming through the streams the last couple of times. And Brandon, speaking about Derrick White, I was just talking about, claiming that Derrick White is hands down his favorite Celtic. Sorry, not sorry. And there's no apologizing for that. My grandmother, she's a huge Celtics fan. One of the main reasons that I'm a Celtics fan. Her favorite player last season was Derrick White. She'd gone on the curve way early, all before the bandwagons could hop on, all before the fans could say that their true favorite Celtic was Derrick White. And I could see why. He does it all on both sides of the floor.
Yeah. Like I said, you two-way guys will get the love by real pure basketball fans.
Exactly.
They're not going to give him that love.
Exactly. And like he mentioned, he swings momentum in a game in a way that Tatum does not, and that's unfortunate. I understand what you're saying, but I think that Jason Tatum has a lot of pressure on him being that star. A lot of people, are very, very critical of him. I have noticed that just if he has a bad game or good game, just because he has the shinier, lighter brights, like you mentioned. And Celtics Roblox saying he's going to put Tyler Sports' yapping session in after the game. That's what we want to see. And Emmanuel, again, another proponent of Derrick White. I know that he loves him. He was screaming about how he's the best player on the Celtics in the last stream, claiming that Derrick White is the best player on the Celtics team. I stand by it. He just doesn't get the touches and attention as JT and JB. But when his number is called, he delivers offensively and defensively, which he is not wrong. And Rory, all the way from Ireland, chanting for the Boston Celtics. How we doing, Rory? Hope you are having a fantastic night. Like Isaac and myself, we're watching this game, breaking it down live. So if you guys enjoy it, having fun, make sure to hit that like button as we call for a little bit of a like spike so we can get as many Boston Celtics fans in here as possible, and so we can grow the community so we can get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the playoffs. That's our goal over here on Celtics Digest. But with the game back, we'll be going to it as Jaylen Brown kicks out to Horford here for a three-pointer, and Al Horford drains it. Absolute money by our guy, Al Horford, and a guy who we said that needed to step up. He is doing it tonight, hitting those big-time shots.
Yeah, no, and that's all you could ask for. Just step up, shots that you need to hit, and just got this game out.
Exactly, and even though he lets up that shot by Bam Adebayo on the defensive side, he's still playing that fantastic defense, and Derrick White takes another three, who absolutely drains it. My golly, Derrick White is absolutely on fire, ladies and gentlemen. This man has a total of 10 points and is already 4 for 5 from the field, and we are just a little over halfway through the first quarter. Could we have another 30-40 point game from our guy Derrick White? I think so.
I agree. I see it. If it's gonna take that to gut out the Heat, you might as well beat the Heat with your own bench.
Of course.
They're gonna try to beat you with their bench, and that's what they've done. They stole a game by beating them with the bench.
Here goes Brown to the rack off a nice pass from Derrick White in a tough finish, but we're going to get an offensive foul. In my opinion, I don't believe that was an offensive foul, but Celtics Roblox coming in clutch here, telling me that the scoreboard's off. Like I mentioned, if you notice anything, let us know down below in the comment section as I turn things on and off. But as Emmanuel was saying, he's consistent, he's reliable every single night, and he is on fire. Like we mentioned, Derrick White can have games where he's solid offensively, and on both sides of the floor he can be solid, or he can have nights where he's very, very solid on the offensive side, coming up clutch, winning games in the fourth, or just overall just shots not falling, just sticks it in. He's a great defensive guy. We saw that in game 2. He didn't really get that many shot opportunities. I believe he had like 8 or 10, which is crazy compared to his like 25 that he took in game 3. But by having, those limited runs, he was still efficient in it, but he was also still effective on the defensive side in those games. And even last game, he had a total of 3 blocks with 8 threes and 38 points. Talk about a do-it-all guy who's going to help out. And these aren't just like blocks one contest. He gets a lot of just late shot contested blocks, and we've seen that all throughout the regular season and throughout the playoffs.
I couldn't agree more, and that's what I think that's the beautiful thing about the Celtics. They're now going depth. Someone can step up whenever JT or JB don't fall through, and that's not saying that's a bad thing. It's just you have guys like Derrick White can just do it all, and this is something for that.
And I truly think that, obviously we got Drew later on in the offseason, so Derrick was prepared to be that starting point guard once Marcus Smart got traded. So his offseason work was definitely dedicated, and he thought he was going to have a bigger role, which is still fine that his role was subtracted due to adding Drew Holiday, but he already prepared to take up that step up and worked so hard in the offseason that it's truly shown off and has paid off, because being that, third, fourth option on most nights, sometimes even second option if he's really, really heating up, you know what I mean, is just fantastic to have, because the Celtics haven't had that much depth with our scores. It's, if Tatum or Brown can't go in a playoff series and Smart's inconsistent, then the game's over. You know what I mean? Now we have so much diversity in our offense. It's fantastic.
Right. No, and that's what I think every good team needs to have, a diverse offense and a solid defense.
Exactly.
So the playoff is like guys that can just step up that you don't even realize it.
And we even saw that with Sam Hauser in game 1. He hit 4 threes back to back to back to back, and then got taken out, but was used for that little stretch just to be a momentum swinger, a momentum shifter. And those are things you got to see come out of our role players here. When we look at the comments, D. White's keeping his momentum from Celtics roadblocks. Like we mentioned, he's keeping it up. Emmanuel's asking if Tatum has touched the ball. I don't believe that I've seen him touch the ball tonight. Isaac, have you seen him? I don't think he's taken a shot opportunity, so no. Randomer was asking how long is Porzingis injured. So in our latest video, we broke down the Porzingis injury timeline. So you guys want to check that out, you guys can. The estimated timeline is week to week. So my prediction is that he's going to be without, if the Heat win this game, he obviously won't be back for this series, but if the Celtics do wrap it up, the round 2 starts either Sunday or Tuesday. So I don't expect him to be back till at least the earliest game 3 or game 4 for the second round if the Celtics need him. But in my honest opinion, I don't think that the Celtics do need him in the second round, and I think they should wait to rest him for the Eastern Conference Finals and for the Finals when they go up teams that have possibly Minnesota or Denver or Oklahoma City, who have very good big men, or a team like the Knicks or the Pacers or the Sixers or even the Bucks if they escape, because if they all are healthy, they have very, very good big men, and we're going to need Kristaps Porzingis down low to help us out for that. So I'm saying even if he's healthy to come back, rest him, wait to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then you give him his run.
I gotta agree. I do not agree. I'm agree to disagree with you there.
Okay.
Rest him for game 1 and 2.
Okay.
If the series gets tied in that second round, no, get a suit up.
Well, that's the thing. If it's close, yes, but I'm kind of predicting that with Orlando's lack of offensive efficiency and Cleveland's streakiness, I think that the Celtics can go small with Cleveland and be able to beat them. And I think where's the Magic, they'll be able to handle them as well without Kristaps. But I do think that he's definitely a necessary piece.
That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that full-heartedly.
But here we are. We're back. Game is back. Pritchard and Luke and Sam have checked in for Horford, Brown, and Drew. So Tatum and White, the only 2 starters out there. A little bit of a different look here. Tatum takes the mid-range and gets fouled as he misses. But like we mentioned, usually Tatum and Drew are the first 2 out of the lineup here. So a little bit of different rotations, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics Roblox asking where Miguel is. Miguel is in the Heat Digest. I'm 90% sure. Miguel was a guy who was a Heat fan that was in here game 2, trying to start some commotion in the comments over here when the Heat won. Yeah. And Emmanuel was saying if the Celtics don't win it this year, it's going to be a long time until they do. I don't think so. I think they'll still be able to keep the roster afloat and still be able to bring back some of these guys. Obviously, Tatum's going to be chasing that Supermax extension. You'll be able to bring back Derrick White.
That window is
what?
I think for the Celtics to win.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that window, because next year it's even going to be more wide open because we have no idea what the Western Conference is going to look like.
No, yeah.
And then in 2 years, there's going to be next 2 to 4 years, within the next 2 to 4 or 5 years, there's going to be NBA expansion. So until that happens, then the Celtics window will always be very open.
Exactly. Celtics Roblox really wants to know where Miguel is, and we don't know. We have no idea where Miguel is. He might be in the comments hanging out here waiting for us. And randomer, no worries. Glad we could answer your questions here. But Derrick White got fouled and is going to be going to the line here. So again, Derrick White, that hot hand, really continuing it on from the last game here. Now getting to the rack, going to be getting his first free throw as he makes it. Celtics with an 8-point lead here in the first quarter. Again, the Heat, not the most effective from three-point range tonight. Haven't really been as tempting as money as I've seen, but they're not as effective from three-point range as every game besides game 2. They're 2 for 6 or 2 for 5, excuse me. Derrick White gonna take his free throws and make them. It's Derrick White. Now with a 9-point lead here. Celtics on a little bit of a run in the last 3 minutes. And now Mills to Adebayo, who clanks it with a rebound from Tatum. Pritchard doing some dribble behind the backs. I'd love to see Pritchard get involved. He hasn't really done that much in the first round. I'd love to see him have a good game with 10, 15 points. But White with another 3. The hot hand keeps heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Wow! He cannot miss.
That's why Pritchard hasn't needed it.
Exactly.
Because of that reason right there.
Highsmith takes a 3, misses it. We're talking about the 3s, and they take 2 and miss them right back there. Celtics get the rebound. Now Pritchard controlling the offense here. Going to set them up. Gives it to Tatum down low on Highsmith. Going to try to get him on a fake. Tatum going baseline. Tough. And he's going to get the late foul call there. That's the superstar call. You know what I mean? They missed the basket. And they just give him the foul. You know what? I feel like that happens sometimes. Like Emmanuel's saying, he's preaching that Derrick White is the best player on this Celtics team. Who knows, Emmanuel? By the end of this playoff run, I might be siding with you, my guy. I might be coming over with you, man. Now Highsmith going to the bench with Love checking in. We've been fluctuating with the views, which is nice. We've been hanging out here having a good time. Here we go. Spoelstra playing some defense. Or getting his team to play some defense. Patty Mills for 3. Miss. Rebound Horford. And Hauser for 3. Boom! This offense just cannot miss, Isaac.
No, it cannot.
Sam Hauser's hitting shots, and Derrick White can't miss. And even if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown aren't really getting involved, and no Kristaps Porzingis, I'd be scared if I'm other teams watching this game. Because that Miami Game 2 win, it was, in my opinion, a clear fluke win. Just because the Celtics came out a little differently offensively, played a little lackadaisical on the offensive side, let the Heat set up on defense, and the Heat just could not miss from three-point range. But as we've seen from every other game besides Game 2, if their threes aren't falling, these games are just not that close.
Yeah, no, this game is getting interesting. Ugh. It's getting interesting. I'm so sorry. Weird.
No, you're good. This is what the Celtics do. They start heating up at the right times. And like Rob wanted, he wanted a good first quarter here. And the Celtics are coming out and doing that. And I mean, the Heat, again, the Celtics have been very, very solid on the defensive side. Last game, they allowed only 36 points before halftime. In Game 2, Game 4, they allowed, Game 4, they allowed 36. In Game 3, they allowed 37. So really, really solid job at defending in the first half, not letting this Heat team kind of warm up and get their offense, hot, I guess you should say. And that's all credits to this defense being very, very great at switching and being able to just run off of each other and take those mismatches and make sure that nothing can happen with Bam Adebayo or any of those type of guys generating a lot of shots, or even Tyler Hero consistently getting a lot of threes because Holiday is just clamping him up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. All right.
Here comes Holiday. Playing some good defense. Pass down low to Mills. He misses. Or he makes it, sorry. He makes the floater there. And like Brandon is saying, if Hauser's making those shots, he's feeling good. That's how I feel as well. We need our boy Hauser to continue hitting. 3! Now Tatum's getting into it. Now Tatum's heating up. Celtics are 12 for 18 from the field goal, while the Heat are 8 for 19. Clear difference maker as his offense is just wanting to prove to this home crowd that game 2 was a fluke. Nothing's happening here. Here we go. Hauser playing some good defense on Kevin Love, and Kevin Love makes the turnaround jumper. But as the crowd is screaming for our boy Sam Hauser, we're absolutely fantastic. Celtics Roblox is turning the game on. Manuel saying he's a deadly shooter. His shot's not even touching the net. That's what I'm saying. Tatum for another 3. Boom! The threes are not missing. Derrick White, Sam Hauser, Jason Tatum, you name it. And Sam Hauser playing some fantastic defense on Caleb Martin there, trying to get a steal. Caleb Martin comes away with it, and Bam is going to get the offense or the and one dunk. But man, Sam Hauser hitting those shots. Jason Tatum now hitting those shots. And the Celtics have a total of 38 points in the first quarter, absolutely erupting from 3-point range. Like Emmanuel saying, JT's heating up. 38 first quarter points from Celtics Roblox. And again, this is just looking like game 1 all over again. The Heat looking a little lost from the 3-point range. Oh, and there's the score. 38-22, Charles. Thank you again. I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to keep it on from now on so I don't mess that up.
Yeah. Need to almost close this fourth quarter.
Yep. Here we go. Tatum's pass. Horford. Ball movement. Hauser. Another 3. Boom! Wow. They cannot miss, ladies and gentlemen. 8 for 13 from 3-point range. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those Shamrocks spamming in the chat for our 3-point shooters coming out lethal in the first quarter, getting this game started, playing some tight defense as well in Duncan Robinson. Kevin Love misses the hook shot. Now Tatum 3 seconds, 2 seconds, pass up to Pritchard. Pritchard heaves. Off the front rim, unfortunately. But the Celtics, a 41-point first quarter, limiting this Miami Heat team to only 23 points on the offensive side. Hauser, Derrick White, Jason Tatum, all hitting their threes. Jaylen Brown starting it off hot, going to the basket. What are your thoughts, Isaac? What are you seeing right now? Are you seeing some Celtics domination? We feeling the pride? Are we feeling the excitement over here?
Feeling it. I'm sorry, and for anyone that thinks I'm not feeling it, I'm just looking.
Nah, you're good.
Okay, we're up by 20. Now, can we maintain it? I believe we can, but can we maintain it? The ball bounces funny in the playoffs, and I believe they can maintain it. The way they're shooting right now, just don't stop. Keep pressing on that gas pedal, like I always say.
Exactly, and that's a thing that we love to see is keep pressing on that gas pedal. Jaylen Brown, 4 for 7 from the field. Unfortunately, is the one of the 2 starters that hasn't made a 3, but Tatum, 2 for 2 for the field with 2 threes already. Horford shooting 50% from the 3-point range. Holiday shooting 75% while shooting 83% from the field with 15 points in the first quarter. Drew Holiday has only had 1 shot opportunity, missed that 3-pointer, but he's doing all the intangibles that Drew Holiday does. Even if his shots aren't falling, he's playing that good defense, getting those rebounds, getting those assists. He's got a total of 5 of those already combined in the first quarter. And then again, we all need that bench help. We all need those shooters to come alive, and we haven't really seen it that much in this postseason besides Sam Hauser erupting in game 1. But Sam Hauser, once again, now has 6 points and is 2 for 2 from 3-point range. When looking at the Heat, Adebayo has 12 points, but after that, everybody else on the Heat basically has a dud. Another poor shooting night for them. They are shooting around 29% from 3 with only making 2, while the Celtics are 8 for 14. Heat struggling from the field, shooting 46%, and the Celtics are still continuing to out-rebound this Miami Heat squad. Let's look at
That's good. It's good that you mentioned that they're out rebounding Miami, because
that's
if they rebound now like this, they can possibly rebound well against like Denver or Milwaukee, or now even the Knicks, because despite not having Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson are problems.
Yep.
In the and they have rebounding guards, so they just got it against Miami that is scrappy and undermanned. Let's see them against the teams like the Pacers. I can't wait.
So that's my thing, is kind of the three like catalysts with this squad was turnovers, free throw percentage, and rebounding. Specifically offensive rebounding. In every single game, we've controlled the offensive rebounding. We've been able to limit the turnovers at a decent amount. And the free throw shooting hasn't been the greatest, hasn't been the worst, but we can live and die with it. As Emmanuel's saying, he's pumped for Tatum to go nuts. He's due for one of these games. We got some Hauser heat, Sammy buckets for the next 3, make it 41. Charles wants the score since he can't watch. No worries, Charles. We got the score. That's what it's up here for. I just completely forgot to bring it up after the commercial break. But Emmanuel's rating the first quarter as an A-, saying exactly we have to maintain the intensity and cannot let down, which is exactly what you were preaching, Isaac. Got to keep that gas pedal going. Cannot slow down. Cannot let this Heat team get comfortable. Lock up on the defensive side. Make them flustered. And get the Garden rocking. Get the Garden into it. It's already popping in the first quarter. Keep them live, and this Heat team will be scared. And as Life's Quiet Journey screaming, let's go hit the like button. So we're going to call for another like spike here during the stream. So again, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit that like button so we can get as many Boston Celtics fans in the community here watching the stream, so you guys can have the best time. Me and Isaac can have more people to talk to, and so we can get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the playoffs. But the game is back. The Heat have the ball as Caleb Martin steps into a 3 and misses, and Jason Tatum comes down with the rebound. His 4th one of the night here. Celtics out rebounding the Heat 14-6, almost over double their rebounds. Now Tatum on Hero. Mid-range, fade away, rolls in Jason Tatum. Big shot there to give the Celtics that 20-point lead, 43-23. Let's put this game away in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Jovic steps into the 3 and airballs. Airballing the 3 in the TD Garden is not what you want to be doing, trying to get your team back into this game, shooting 2 for 10 as a total of the team from 3-point range.
That's true.
Cornette setting the screen for Tatum. Now Tatum going to size him up. 3, misses off the front rim. Unfortunate, not able to get the rebound as Martin gets it fast in transition. And the Heat working with their own ball movement on the perimeter for a Martin 3, which rims out.
Oh, it does rim out. Hopefully, we'll see.
Now Holiday gets a basket. Holiday getting involved in the offense here, getting a little back down. Love to see that from our guy, Drew. No worries, Charles Miller. It's all good. Currently, I don't even have the thing to see the likes at the moment, so it's all good. But we just want to get everybody to hit that like button so we can get more people in here, so we can have a good time and enjoy the game, like we mentioned.
I mean, it's a company, but 4's not a crowd either. I'll have to pump up this green and white party.
Exactly. That's what we're doing here. We're here to have the fun. We're here to enjoy the stream all together. So Jovic takes another 3 from the corner and clank off the back rim. Holiday now going the other way. Passes it to Hauser. Holiday's going to fall down, and we're going to get a foul there. Duncan, you cannot be doing that.
No, you cannot.
Here we go, Celtics. Tatum. dribbling. Gonna go to the back him down. Gonna go to the layup. Misses. Adebayo comes away with the rebound here. Ball movement. Adebayo taking the mid-range, and he makes it. So Adebayo has clearly been their offensive scoring piece. Got to limit him and make sure we can contain him so he can't go off and make these shots when their shooters cannot hit.
True. That's exactly true.
Brown with the tough and one shot.
What you need. That's a momentum killer.
Jaylen Brown on Tyler Hero. Just gets the contact and just gets the nice fall away jumper to go. Now, JB, let's just make the free throw.
Free throw, that's all you can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
As the one thing that I will always say.
Oh, come on, JB. You miss them all the time. But Holiday gets it. Now JB going to go to the rack again. Okay, we'll take it. 2 for 1. Jaylen Brown with the nice finish down low on Adebayo. Gets him jumping, and the Celtics are up 24 points here with 9 minutes to go. 49-25, almost doubling the Heat score. We're not even close to over with the first half. We still got 3 quarters to go with just the second quarter. This team is not missing, playing fantastic defense, and the crowd is enjoying it. The crowd's getting into it. They're having a good time. They're keeping the fans, the players happy, and the players are obviously keeping the fans happy by getting a dominating win so far at the moment. BX is screaming for the night. The night, the 1, 2, 3 combo. Because he feels that we're coming away with it here. And yeah, we all know that the third quarter is ideally the Celtics' not best quarter. So, you know, there could be some.
I think they're going to turn a corner today. I think they're going to turn.
There could be some issues coming out into the halftime. Could the Heat, still be on the level offensively pace as the Celtics? Possibly. And well, that lead will be a little bit scary for sure. But I'm still believing. I'm still willing. This team is going to get this dub tonight.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully. Let's see if we can continue all that and just see what happens.
Exactly. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are your guys' thoughts? What are you guys thinking so far during the game? What are your guys' honest opinions? What do you guys want to see step up? Who do you guys think is going to come around and be that dominant player for us in this second quarter? Derrick White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, offensively have been sharing the wealth. So it has been nice. There hasn't been, one player totally in control. But like my friend was predicting, he said the 26.5 line. And right now the Celtics are up 24. It's looking like, not like that it's going to guarantee happen, but looking like it's getting there.
It's looking like it. I believe that.
I think it's definitely a possibility. Celtics Roblox giving us those shamrocks down below, showing his Celtics the support and saying that he expected a win by only 10 because of no Kristaps Porzingis. But we are up by 24 in the first half, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. And when my friend said 26.5, I thought he was a little bit crazy, but we're seeing it right now. We're seeing them come out. They're not missing from three-point range. They're playing very solid defense, and the Heat, once again, just struggling from the offensive side. Can't hit a three-point shot. Bam Adebayo is the only one scoring in the mid-range, down low area. No one else is really controlling that.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more, but it's just like you got to box out. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys are out rebounding already. Just keep up that same performance.
Exactly. And that's been one thing that I have noticed is that in game 2, I think it was a little bit more prominent, but where Bam was definitely like the controlling force in that game. And in the last couple of games, he hasn't been the greatest shot maker, but he still has been able to get those rebounds and work around it, even though the Celtics have been out rebounding him. So just on his second chance shots, like you said, just box him out, not let him get that opportunity. This league could be even bigger. Here we go. We're back.
I understand that.
Holiday now trying to fight through the Bam screen to guard Hero. And Hero messes up the pass. Luke tries to get the save. But unfortunate, it is not going to happen as is going to remain Miami ball here. And I don't even know what just happened because I was trying to fix that, but I heard Mike screaming. So Holiday for three. Boom! Now Holiday's hitting the threes, ladies and gentlemen. Give it to JB. Let him get his opportunity. And every one of the starters have hit a three-pointer tonight. Hero with another one. Misses. Rebound by Hauser. Now JB kicks out to Tatum. Tatum going to try to pass it off. Gets it off on a weird one to Holiday, but now back to JB. 7 seconds left. JB dwindling down the shot clock. Getting Hero on a one-on-one. Takes the three. Boom! Like I just said, Isaac. Get Jaylen Brown that three-point shot, and he's going to hit it. And right after, boom, baby. Everyone has hit a three in the starting five. The crowd is amped as Duncan Robinson makes that jump shot. The crowd is getting hyped up.
This is just very interesting how I love. Ooh,
Jaylen Brown going to be going to the rack there after getting fouled. Celtics Roblox is pumped up as JB was from downtown. And Charles Miller.
For a second, I can't see anybody. I'm like, oh, where'd it go?
Now you're good. He's asking about the score, and DCR saying, let's go, C's. DCR, how we doing? Glad to see you out here with us tonight. Jaylen Brown, again, misses a free throw. Not great. Not be happening. But the Celtics outscoring the Heat 14-4 here in the second quarter. Once again, this offense just being too dominating for this Heat defense to keep up with so far. He missed another free throw? What is going on? We are 5 for 10 from free throw range. Here comes Horford playing that defense. Now Hero back out of bio. Now back to Hero, who takes a wide open three and makes it. I believe that is their third three of the night. Down 25. Now Horford with Hero on him. Horford getting double teamed. Going to swing out to Holiday. Great pass to Tatum. And it's going to remain Celtics ball as it was deflected by one of the Heat players. Hero, Jovic, one of the guys chasing around there. Hits off their hand. So it will remain Celtics ball. Celtics into Brown. Brown mid-range. Misses. Now Martin getting this offense ready. Great steal by Derrick White. Goes to give the handoff pass to Bam Adebayo. Was Tyler Hero. And Derrick White comes up with the steal. Celtics have two of those now. And now Horford down low. Look for Tatum down baseline. Never mind. Kicks back out. Tatum at the three-point line. Guarded by Martin. Martin getting a little physical here. Tatum getting physical as well.
It's not a first. They're up by 20.
And Derrick White, unfortunately, gets the foul there as Caleb Martin makes the and one after he gets the steal. And like Charles was saying, those missed free throws will hurt us eventually if the Heat do get back to this game. So, again, got to capitalize on them. And if they even don't hurt us this series, for series in the future, they definitely will. Randomizer saying more. Randomer saying more chances of him getting 3 back-to-back three-pointers than 1 free throw at this rate. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a higher rate of Jaylen Brown hitting back-to-back threes. Celtics Roblox asking for give Cornette free throws. He got ice in his veins. Remember the game against the Pacers? I do. Remember my boy Luke Cornette. And again, we were talking about Luke Cornette, shooting threes a little bit. He only hit 1 3 for the Celtics this year, I believe. But he used to be a three-point sniper back in New York when he used to play over there.
That's true. That is true. That is
Mm-hmm.
true. He was a sniper.
Pritchard working down low to Horford. Horford going to get fouled on the mismatch by Hero there, and Hero getting a little physical as well. And Emmanuel talking about how Tatum is always messing up. He just doesn't understand him. Little choppy plays there back and forth, not going to lie. But, again, it's okay. He doesn't have to be picture perfect.
Yeah.
No free throws. We're going to get a side inbound to White. Now White's going to go to the rack. Tough finish. Duncan Robinson completely smothering him. And Derrick White says, not happening, buddy. I have the hot hand. I'm getting to the rack regardless. Tyler Hero, though, on the other end, drives to the baseline drives to the rack on a cut, and no one follows him as Bam Adebayo gives him the pass. Now Pritchard looking for Horford down low on Hero. Back out to Pritchard. Pump fake. Pritchard looking around baseline. Brown passing to White. White shot clock expiring off the front rim. Horford gets it. Out to Brown for three. Misses. Horford comes away with the rebound and gets fouled. Al Horford being a beast on the board. Stepping up. I've mentioned this multiple times that Al Horford can be a quality starter in the NBA. He takes that sacrificial role for the Boston Celtics, saying, hey, you brought in KP, you brought in Drew. I know I'm the old veteran. I got to not necessarily have to take the step back, but they had that discussion at the beginning of the year. The whole team came together. They all said, and Al Horford said, you know what, I'll be the sacrificial lamb. But Al Horford started as many games as he did when coming off the bench and had better numbers while starting than when did off the bench, which is a true definition of a stay-ready guy, what Mazzulla has put forth for these bench guys. And again, really coming to life here for the Boston Celtics, getting some key rebounds. Has already hit a three. Love to see these things out of Al Horford, especially when a guy like KP goes down.
Yeah, no, that's what you would want to see too. That's what you love to see, and hopefully we can see more of that.
Mm-hmm. Horford there makes one free throw, unfortunately misses one. So the Celtics, again, as a team now struggling from the free throw range, and Tyler Hero gets Horford on the fake and gets the easy basket. Now Pritchard going to the rack. Spin move on Robinson. Gonna get fouled, though. Late foul call. Like Emmanuel was saying, can Jason Tatum ever beat someone off the dribble? Why does he always look so hard for a bad shot selection? It's so frustrating. I understand. I do believe that he can beat someone off the dribble. I've seen it plenty of times before. But his shot selection is a little uncharacteristic. He does like those sidestep threes. He does like those contested shots, but they do go in. So Celtics Roblox and Brandon, as usual, talking about Al Horford, how he rules and how he's underrated. Couldn't agree more. Again, like I preached, Al Horford could be a starter in this league. I think Peyton Pritchard could be a starter in this league. I possibly even think Sam Hauser on some of these teams could be a potential starter. So
Maybe I'm a hater on that, but I respect and I love Al Horford, but could be a star is kind of a little past prime. Don't you think with Al? Unfortunately, I hate to say it. I love Al.
You don't think so? I mean, he started with this team last year. He was a very solid contributor for our team, and I think that on some of these contending teams, he easily could be a starter.
No, he's a starter. I mean, like, I guess we're talking.
I'm not asking like 15 points per game, but I'm talking like can be an impactful player and play those minutes any single given night when you ask it for him, especially at 37, 38 years old, which is huge and crazy to even say that a guy like Al Horford is still doing all these types of things at 37, 38. I'm
not sure. And maybe that's just me because I'm coming from a basketball mind. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long he can keep it up. I'm not sure.
No, I can see what you're saying, but I have a feeling it might be a little bit biased, but I have a feeling that on this team he could easily start and could still produce quality minutes. And I'm not saying like being a starter makes you going to be averaging 10 or 15 or anything like that, but I still think that he could give us quality minutes every single night. And even though he does rest on the back-to-backs, that's just being cautious to not getting him injured. I think that even Chris Middleton was a starter and did that, and he's been pretty solid.
Right. No, you're exactly right in that regard. Yes. But like if we're talking like, oh, he's gonna give those big numbers in as a starter role,
Well,
no.
no, yeah, I don't believe that he's going to give you those big time numbers, but I still think that he could be a quality guy that could at least play 25 to 28 minutes most nights.
Right. Right. I agree.
Let's look at the comments here. Let's get some more of those going. Ooh. Dwayne is here. What's up, Dwayne? How we doing? Saying, what's up, gang? It's been a long time since I've been on. It's nice to see you again, man. Let's go, Boston. No worries, Dwayne. How you doing tonight? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, man, but no worries. Hope your night's going good. And again, we're having a good time here. The Celtics up by 21 points now as Drew Holiday just made that free throw with 4 minutes left. Controlling the offense really well, doing good on the defensive side, and the Heat are now in foul trouble as the Celtics are in the bonus with over 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Luke Cornett playing some solid defense on Bam Adebayo as well, right on that last possession. And again, another guy who needs to step up with Kristaps Porzingis being injured is Luke Cornett, who was injured at the beginning of this series as well. And in Game 3, he came out, didn't really do the greatest. Game 4 was all right, but tonight I'm liking what I'm seeing on the defensive side, getting those rebounds and controlling everything.
That's true. I mean, I like what he's seen too. And I mean, shout out to like the guys like Luke Cornett and Neves Queta. You know, those guys are they're contributing to this whole series run, and I mean they've had a good help in this in a sense.
Exactly. Those guys you got to give the credit to. And again, Nemes Queta had those big games during the Western Conference road trip where he really succeeded well with this Celtics squad. So again, he's not a guy that I think will have any issues with the Celtics team. And with Luke Cornett possibly, having a big series in this playoffs run, or possibly even in another series if the Celtics move on, hopefully if they win tonight, looking like it right now they are, but if they advance tonight in game 2, series 2, series 3, if Luke plays really solid, gets some more minutes, he could possibly entertain himself a backup big contract, which then open up the Boston Celtics with that hole for a guy like Nemes Queta or a guy like Xavier Tillman to kind of take over that role, obviously, and that would be really cool to see. And obviously, wishing the best for Luke Cornett if that does happen. But if not, then we have even more depth in that rotation piece for when something like this does happen, when a guy like Kristaps Porzingis does go down.
Right? No, exactly. And I mean, that's what you want to see, and that's what you want to hear as well.
Mm-hmm. And again, I think the Celtics did a fantastic job getting this roster ready. I think getting Xavier Tillman for that extra big man help, getting a guy in Nemes Queta as that 15th roster spot helped out for these main reasons. This was the main kind of reason we were talking about it, was if Kristaps Porzingis goes down, or if you have to nurture some injury to another guy like Luke or Al Horford, could you have a guy be a replacement? Could you have a guy step up? Even if it's just a minimum role, could it help out? And again, we're seeing it tonight with Luke Cornett stepping up and doing that role successfully. And Dwayne saying that Al's played in a total of 172 playoff games, which is absolutely crazy to think about. I did not know there was 172. But Al Horford, 172 career playoff games, still going for that ring, still wanting to go in it with that squad, with this squad here. And I mean, I'm hoping that they're able to get it done this year with him, because if not, possibly next year, with his last year of this deal, he might have to take a little bit of a pay cut. If not.
Right. No, I agree with that. I mean, he might have to take a little bit of a pay cut if he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I could see happening, but maybe hopefully he doesn't. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And Jesse's in here. What's up, Jesse? Saying his Celtics are rocking, and exactly, they're coming out hot. They're doing what they're supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we all wanted to see from this Celtics squad. Come out here. Show out, dominate in front of your home crowd. Do not take your foot off the gas pedal. And they have not since the game has started. 41 points to the Heat's 23 in the first quarter. And as so far in the second, we are currently outscoring them 21-18 to be a total of 21 points up. And this game has been fluctuating from that 15 to 20 point game. So again, absolutely fantastic that the Celtics are able to take this lead and hold it out in control.
Right. No, I believe it.
Here we go. We're back. Drew Holiday. Again, Celtics in the bonus, ladies and gentlemen. So anytime they get a foul, they're going to be going to the rack Just super helpful, even though the free throws haven't been falling. But pass to Cornet down low. JB with the baseline slam. And just, again, not slowing down.
Right.
Great ball movement. Now Adebayo with the handoff pass to Mills to right in the corner. Missed three. Celtics in transition. And the Heat get a steal. Mills over to Hero. Now getting guarded by Adebayo. Screen from Adebayo. Hero with the floater. Misses. Rebound by Tatum. Now Derrick White. Ooh, almost falls down, but still somehow maintains possession of the ball there. Dribbling through. Now to Tatum down low in the post. Really working that Hero mismatch. Tatum and Brown down low in the post. But unfortunately for the Celtics, they're unable to score there. And Hero walks down, takes a three, but is short. JB comes down with the rebound and rips it from Patty Mills' hands. Celtics now be going for a jump ball. But again, Celtics moving that ball, looking very, very solid on the offensive side tonight. If we look at the comments, the Jays got to start hitting their free throws, man. Couldn't agree more, Dwayne. That is something we desperately need to see as Jaylen Brown wins the tip right there, winning it to Derrick White. John Stockton and Carmelo are the only ones that had of them without winning a championship.
Interesting insight.
What?
Interesting insight that he brought that up.
But Jaylen Brown gets the foul there on the offensive side, trying to go to the rack on Patty Mills, unfortunately. So now the Heat will get possession here. Again, Celtics doing solid. Officiating a little right there, a little, but it's okay. But here we go. Mills throwing the lob to Adebayo. Adebayo. Mid-range. Misses. Rebound Tatum. There we go. Another missed mid-range. Now Brown down low. Gets it stolen by DeLon right here. 2 minutes left, and the Celtics having a little bit of offensive deficiencies here. Some turnovers. Not the greatest. Now DeLon Wright working down low. Three from Hero. Absolutely misses. Cornet gets the rebound. Holiday now bringing the ball up. And again, Cornet stepping up hugely for the Celtics here. Tatum down low. Easy basket for Jason Tatum. Baby food on him down low. Gets that just easy layup off the glass. And again, 25-point lead once again here for the Boston Celtics. As Adebayo's trying to go down low on Luke Cornet. He makes it, but we're going to get a foul here. In my opinion, Luke Cornet has been very, very solid on the boards tonight. Really controlling Bam Adebayo, boxing him out, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Again, with the Kristaps Porzingis being out, he had to be a guy to step up tonight alongside Al Horford. And both of these centers have truly done their job tonight.
I agree with that. I think they have. I think both teams have done their work, but I mean the Celtics have been just outstanding. That especially with their rebounding, I mean the stats, it explains itself.
And they're dominating on both sides of the floor as well. It's not like they're just hitting their shots or clamping up on one side. They're truly dominating on both sides here. Jaylen Brown, the scoring leader so far with 17. Tatum, the rebound leader with 7. Patty Mills messes up that pass. Heat are going to retain possession. And Drew Holiday with the assist leader at 4 for the Celtics here.
And to be honest, it's probably this is true form playoff basketball for anybody still in the stream looking what's going on with this game. It's true form.
It's very physical, very, very engaging, very fun. And I mean, the Heat miss another shot there from Bam Adebayo, and the Celtics once again get that rebound, I believe. Jaylen Brown misses and fumbles that turnover there, but then they get another turnover there from the Heat, so we'll go back to the Celtics. But really controlling these offensive and defensive glass here. I believe the last 4 or 5 possessions I've watched, the Celtics have nabbed that rebound down straight, so again, from a team that with no Kristaps Porzingis, one of their main impact rebounders here, having these other guys step up and do that dirty work is fantastic. We saw Jason Tatum do it in Game 3 when he knocked down 11 rebounds, but I just love to see it out of all of our players.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what you want to see from all of our players as well.
Tatum goes to the rack, gets fouled. Now we'll be shooting at the line here once again. Jason Tatum, after tweaking that ankle injury here, not really involved in the offense as much tonight, which I think is a good sign. I know that they definitely weren't going to rest Tatum and not play him, but definitely don't want to see him overexerting himself, using as much energy and, trying to get to the rack as much. And he hasn't really done that tonight, which is good.
Right.
Don't want him to tweak himself and injure himself, and now you got him and Kristaps Porzingis down, because then it's getting scary.
That's true.
Dwayne saying they got to pass the basketball around more, saying that there's 4 corners to the game, and saying that Larry Bird always says the dude has to a game. They need to put the pedal to the metal until they clock strike 0, which is exactly what me and Isaac have been preaching. You got to put that pedal to the metal. You got to stick it on the offensive side and not slow down on the defensive as well.
Dwayne, respectfully, I have to ask, how old are you? Because not a lot of the younger fans are talking about 4 corners. Respect. I got it. You don't have to sell your age, obviously, in the stream, but I'm curious. You must be an old school purist talking about Larry Bird in the 4 corners offense.
Yep. I believe Dwayne is from northern New York, I believe. I think he mentioned that once.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's actually very insightful, and that kind of just made my night. I'm like, this is a guy in the stream talking about 4 corners. Okay. All righty.
But Drew Holiday just nabbed that rebound there off the missed 3. And now the Celtics with 5 seconds left. Tatum, oh my. Oh, he's got to make that mid-range there. Got a nice fake spin there, but unfortunately it doesn't make the shot. Now the Heat with 9 seconds left are going to try to get their last opportunity. DeLon Wright gets the layup on what it looked like it would have been a foul, but in my opinion, I don't know. But Derrick White, last shot opportunity, fake, steps into the 3, airballs it, unfortunately, takes it a little bit off balance there. Tatum was looking for that foul call from DeLon Wright, did not get one. But as the half ends, the Celtics, still in dominant fashion, scored 41 points in the first quarter. Again, a little bit slower on the offensive side in this quarter. The threes weren't falling as rapidly. Only 27 total points, but locking down Miami to a half of 46 points, being up 22, and them identically scoring 23 in both quarters is absolutely fantastic to me, Isaac. What are your kind of thoughts? What do you want to talk about breakdown, man?
Well, I think the kind of thoughts is, one, I know everyone was saying, well, one of the viewers was saying on the stream, hey, like, this team needs to have a strong first half. And they exactly did that. They're putting the gas to the metal. They're taking advantage of no Jaime Jaquez, no Terry Rozier, no Jimmy, but they're taking advantage of it by out rebounding them by at least like 8 rebounds offensively and defensively, I think. And we're looking at it all combined for the first half stats. We had stat runners on this stream, but they're doing exactly what we were asking them to do. And they're doing exactly what they should do. Now, the big question is, do they keep it up? Can they keep the momentum up? Can they not slow down? This is the only reason why Miami is in this series, technically, if we're talking about on paper, is due to the fact that Eric Spoelstra is coaching and working with what he has. He's working with the bench guys he has. He's working with the G League guys that are coming out the bench or whatever in that case. He's working with what he has, and he's using strategy, putting the best players in the best positions they can possibly do to contribute to try to get this team a win and try to push it to Game 6. So as long as the Celtics can overcome that coaching and Joe Mazzulla does not get out coached, which I do not believe he will, I think we close the series tonight.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, going into this game, I was feeling very confident. After the Heat tied up the series, I was a little bit worried here going into Game 3. But after that dominant performance in Game 3 and then that dominant performance in Game 4, I was going into this matchup very, very happy, feeling that the Celtics were going to come out shooting on fire. The crowd was going to be into the game. The defense was going to be locked in. And all of those things have been firing. If we want to look at the team stats here, I got them pulled up and go over them. So the Celtics are shooting 59% from the field, Isaac, while the Heat are shooting 44.4%. But the main difference here, the Heat are 3 for 16 from three-point range, shooting a total of 18.8%, while the Celtics are 10 for 21, shooting 47.6%. So a big difference there, almost a 30% gap from 3-point range. And again, when the Heat caught fire in game 2, that's what allowed them to win this game, allowed them to, maintain that offense here. With the Celtics, if they can just catch any little bit of fire in any quarter, it's basically over from the 3-point range. They are struggling from the charity stripe, though. 12 for 18 from the free throw, shooting 66%, which is not the greatest, especially when Miami only has 3 free throws. You would love to be dominating that aspect. But you mentioned the rebounds, the offensive rebounds, the defensive rebounds. The Celtics have 28 total rebounds compared to the Heat's 12. The Heat have zero offensive rebounds, while the Celtics have 4, and they are doubling their defensive rebounds. So like you mentioned, controlling that glass, making sure Bam Adebayo cannot get it, especially when guys like Kristaps Porzingis are out, is huge from guys like Al Horford, from Luke Cornett, from those other guys. And the Celtics are only 4 less points scored in the paint compared to the Heat.
Yeah, no, you brought up all the stats to try to make up my point. I was even close when I said they were up by at least they had to be out rebounding them by at least 8 rebounds. That's more than 8. That's at least like 12. Mm-hmm. So shout out to them and my little prediction over there. Like I had a feeling just the way this pace is going, not even having stats on my end in my physical copy in my hands right now. That's what I was anticipating. And when you have stats like that, especially with guys like Kristaps out, that shows how deep you are. And unfortunately, it gives a very easy scouting report to the teams ahead for that, because it shows how deep you are. So teams are going to try to eliminate that as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, obviously you can't do anything about it. It's basketball. Synergy. They have synergy. Most NBA teams have the synergy account where they can check the film anyway. So, this is a nice appeal going into the second round. So finish the second half, keep out rebounding them, keep out scoring them. Miami might go on a little run in the third. I'm believing it because now they got a little rest. Even though they don't have all their full rosters healthy, they're going to get a little rest. They might go on a slight little run in the third. I don't think it's going to be a big run, but that's what I'm predicting because that's just how Eric Spoelstra coaches. He coaches in spurts.
No, exactly. And like I mentioned, in game 4, I believe, the Celtics dominated in the first half. The third quarter, they matched the same scoring from the Heat. And like you mentioned, they're going to want to come out. They're going to want to have some of these guys come out, score, be dominant for this Heat squad. And he's, like you said, using basically all the scraps he has. No Jimmy Butler. No Terry Rozier. No Jaime Jaquez now. So with Bam Adebayo, with his Tyler Hero shooting very inconsistently, with Jovic, with all these other pieces, he's going to have to put something together. But this Celtics team is completely dominating. If we want to look at the stats of the players, Derrick White absolutely erupted in that first half, continuing that hot hand. 6 for 9 from the field, shooting 50% from 3-point range, with 1 total rebound and 17 points, matching the other leading scorer for the Boston Celtics in Jaylen Brown, who's shooting, again, another efficient game. 8 for 14 from the field. He is 0 for 3 from free throw, which is not a great sign, and 1 for 5 from 3-point range, but 5 rebounds and assists with 17 points, helping out doing all the other stuff as well. Jason Tatum has 15 points, 2 for 3 from free throw range, 5 for 7 from the free throw. So he's getting to the rack with 4 for 7 from the field goal. Again, helping out on that defensive rebound stat. Guy who tweaked his ankle last game doesn't need to be that full out on offense, but 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 15 points at the plus 24. And then the 2 key guys that I want to talk about who've been stepping up for the Boston Celtics without Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford shooting 50% from the field, 3, and free throw with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 4 points. And Luke Cornett, he does not have a point but has 2 rebounds and an assist with a plus 20. So there he goes to show you that he's contributing, being solid on the defensive side, doing his box outs, doing his dirty work. Jrue Holiday is having a better shooting night as well. 66% from the field, 50% from 3, with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. So again, he had 5 of those combined at the end of the first quarter, has now 9 combined at halftime, so almost doubling that with 7 points. And Hauser, who has not hit a 3-point shot since the first quarter, has a total of 6. So what are some of those stats? Who kind of screams out to you for this team?
To be honest, Derrick White. It's Derrick White.
Yeah.
I be that cynical or that, bandwagon. I'm not saying it as a bandwagon. It's Derrick White. Mm-hmm. Derrick White sticks out to me. He's shooting the lights out. He's shooting his lights out. He's playing exactly the way I'm anticipating with a guy like that coming off the bench. It's Derrick White. Derrick White, his stats are just, they're mind-blowing to me. And then also Luke Cornett with his rebounding in it. Yeah. So.
That's
Al
what I'm
Horford.
saying. Luke Cornett being huge with his rebounding, I think, is a key for this Celtics team. We desperately need it with Kristaps being out, and it definitely helps with having him out. So I think that's very, very huge. And then again, just Derrick White stepping up, hitting those shots, being that hot hand just helps out when guys like Kristaps is down, and when guys like Jason Tatum have that ankle roll. You want to see these guys step up and be true competitors. But let's look at the chat. Let's see what the fans are screaming about. Let's see what everybody else down below is saying. So Charles is from Kansas, obviously. He's hanging out with us. And Dwayne, to answer your questions, Isaac is in his 50s, and he's from upstate New York. So I was right saying northern New York. He lives in between Albany and Utica, right on the New York State Thruway. Over by there, if you know where that is. Obviously, I know you're over by the New Jersey area, for school and stuff like that. You definitely know up and down over there.
Just telling you, I appreciate you. I've been to upstate, been a little more west, but I've been to Albany. Shout out to any of those streamers from there as well, viewers from there as well. But no, I just want to say I appreciate you. That was a hell of a reference you brought up, Dwayne. So I am a fan of you right now.
And Charles is saying he got to watch Bill Russell and Havlicek, as he could not spell his last name, as Celtics Roblox did it for us. Live Gun says that these refs are not the greatest. What are your opinions on the refereeing so far in this game? I think it's been pretty neutral. I mean, there's been some calls where it's been a little bit wonky, but that's with any playoff game. These officials aren't going to get it picture perfect.
Yeah, no, and I have a weird opinion on NBA refs, I'll be honest with you. I've had the fortune – I don't try to harp on NBA refs because I've met some NBA refs and their family. More specifically, I've met Scott Foster's family. Know them a little bit. So with me, when it comes to refs, yeah, they're going to make bad calls, but they're not perfect, and especially not in the NBA playoffs. They're under tremendous pressure. So I sound like that guy that's like, oh my god, feel pretty good refs. Trust me, there's some calls they need that are pretty bad. Like they officiated the Western Conference playoffs pretty horribly for all their games.
Yep.
As far as with this game, it's pretty even. I mean, we're up by 20. What more could you ask for? Yes, the refs are bad, but we're up. It's not. They haven't made any hindering calls that have costed us a game. They just came out with while we're watching the game, the refs missed a call in New York against Philly. They haven't had that happen this series. So I'm like, you know what? We're cool.
Especially with all the missed calls in New York and Philly from the past couple games, too, going back to game, I believe it was 2 or 3 it was. So.
LA and Denver, I mean, be grateful with the official crew, the officiating crew that you have tonight. As a Celtics fan, we should be grateful. We should be extremely grateful.
Exactly. And like Rob was saying, the first quarter was great and the second quarter was okay, but it could be better. Heat getting away with murder here, especially with Bam trucking Al. C's need to push back and come out guns blazing in the third, as we need to win the third quarter to kind of keep that momentum, keep that, pushing. And Dwayne saying, thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. Upstate New York is beautiful. I don't care what anybody says. It's cold up here in the winter, man. During the spring and summer, it's beautiful, nice and quiet. I know what you mean. I got a couple friends that live in Poughkeepsie, New York, kind of up north over there. So I went and visited them before, during the winter, during the summer. It's definitely a nice place. A lot different than obviously Massachusetts, as it's, a little bit more not like countryside, but you know what I mean? Like a little bit more.
It's just at the border of, we're out of Westchester County.
Yeah.
It's like we're just right outside of what could be considered the New York City suburbia area. But shout out to Dwayne. I'm a DMV guy, but I've been upstate. So, I mean, and for those who don't know what the DMV is, DC, Maryland, Virginia. So I am a DMV true guy, south of the Mason-Dixie line. So, but yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's awesome that we're all get to hanging out here, having fun. Everybody, just joining in, having a good time. I'm enjoying it, having a good time. And I'm glad that everybody else is as well here over on the channel. So once again, if you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys are enjoying hanging out alongside Isaac and myself, we do these live watch-alongs throughout the entire playoffs. We're doing it through the regular season. And again, we're going to be doing the radio call-in live streams. We're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff throughout the playoffs, throughout the offseason. So if you guys do enjoy the content here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We released a new video talking about the Kristaps Porzingis timeline for his injury reveal. this early afternoon. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys can give that a look as well here.
Oh yeah, content. I mean, we got summer league.
Exactly. We got so much stuff coming through, especially at this part of the season. You know what I mean? It's very, very jam packed. Obviously, the season is coming to the season's already at an end, but the playoffs are here, and as we all know, it could end in a happy note or a sad note, and it can end as abruptly as we think, or it could end, or it could be as long as we think. You know what I mean? So there's so much versatility going through there. And then depending on how the season ends, if it ends in a happy note, if it ends in a championship, what are the changes that the Celtics are going to have to make around with this roster, with some of these guys possibly leaving after a championship? As we know, that some usually happens with some role players. Some guys are going to want to leave, and even with the new CBA and stuff like that, it's going to be harder to bring some guys in. So how will the Celtics do that? We'll have all of that to break down. If the season ends in a bad note, obviously, what's the drama, what's the news, all that stuff. So again, we want to stay up to date on daily Celtics content, learning everything about the Boston Celtics. Hit that subscribe button, as again, this is the place for you guys here over on Celtics Digest.
Oh yeah. Hey, Bruce and everybody, I'm going to take a quick little water break. I'm going to grab some water, so I'm just going to turn off my camera for just a moment and turn off my mic. But
No worries, man. We'll be right here. We'll have this for you guys. So with Isaac shutting that down for a second here, I'm just going to break this down and talk to you guys with him not here. And then when obviously he comes back, we'll get him back in the stream and get him going. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. What are you guys thinking? What are your guys' thoughts so far on this game, as it's been a thrilling one here in the first half? Like we mentioned, the Celtics coming out doing fantastic work on both sides of the ball. I hope next year we can do the same thing all season, because that's the first thing I got, the basketball package, and I enjoyed it being on here with you guys every night, winning a lot of games. Thank you so much, Dwayne. We appreciate hanging out with you. Like I said, the stream here is fantastic. It's fun. We get to do all of this, I get to do all of this with you guys and just have a great time. I'd do it if there was no people in here, or depending on how people, join throughout the night. That's all fun. But regardless if you're here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 hours, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate every single one of you. If you leave that like, if you leave a comment, thank you so much. If you hit that subscribe button, because, again, this is my dream. This is my ultimate goal, is to work for the Celtics, try to get something involved with the Celtics. So I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all your likes. I appreciate all your guys' help, because without you guys, it's just me rambling about the Boston Celtics and with nobody listening. So you guys make the channel. You guys make it all the fun. You guys make it successful. So without your guys' help, I would not be in this situation that I am in. So I can't stress it enough that I thank every single one of you guys, because you guys are the real MVPs here. But as the second half gets to get started here, drop your predictions down below. Who do you guys think is going to have a big second half? Jaylen Brown and Derrick White are leading this team with 17 points. Jason Tatum with 15. So in my honest opinion, I think we're going to see JB come out and dominate in the second half, really take off and drop a nice, mean 30-point game. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Who do you guys think is going to turn up? Do you think Jason Tatum's going to take off? JB? Do you think it's still going to remain a Derrick White game? We'll have all of that to break down for you here over on Celtics Digest. We're going to get scoreboard pulled back up as well, so you guys can see that. Let me know when that is dropped down below, as the Celtics gear up to take it on in this second half. I got the NBC Sports Boston stream here. So the Heat inbounding the ball.
You always want to guard like you're guarding, tough action. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero is very similar to Jokic and Murray.
Caleb Martin now having the ball. Celtics need to stay hot in this third quarter. Heat missed their first shot with Adebayo. Tatum comes down with the rebound, now to White. And White now to Tatum. Tatum going to the rack. Bully ball. DeLon Wright's going to get the blocking foul there. Bully ball. DeLon Wright was turned right there, ladies and gentlemen. Tatum misses the free throw. This is what cannot be happening, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot be having our star players miss their free throws. Dwayne was preaching about it earlier in the chat, in the stream. Not even too long ago, I believe 10, 15 minutes ago. But Jason Tatum makes the second free throw. Absolutely fantastic. Now, Celtics are 13 for 20 from free throw range. Not the greatest. Here we go. The Heat working the ball around. Hero taking a mid-range jumper. Misses. Rebound Brown. No one going for the glass for the Heat here. So they're just trying to make their baskets and try to get in the offensive rhythm here. Not looking for any second chance points. Here we go. Brown working on Hero. Going to take a jump shot. Gets the foul. He's going to elbow Tyler Hero, which looks like Tyler Hero is going to look for an injury or something, or maybe got hit in the nose or the side of the head or something. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Hero guarded by Brown. Oh, we got an elbow to the nose or to the chin. That's got to hurt. That's definitely got to hurt. Especially unexpected. But now Jaylen Brown's going to be going to the rack. Now he's got to make both of these. Boom! Jaylen Brown makes the first one. First free throw made of the night. Only took him to his fourth free throw opportunity. And Dwayne would like to see Sam Hauser get going. We were talking about that, Dwayne. We were talking about that, me and Isaac. He went a little bit ballistic, hit 2 threes in the first quarter, but we have not really seen him get hot. Game 1, he did it in quarter 2, in game 2, in game 5, he's done in quarter 1. But yeah, really love to see Sam heat up from that 3-point range and get going. Here we go, 3 from Mills, 3 from Mills, and he misses. Now rebound by Tatum. Tatum down low to Horford. Horford out to Brown in the corner. Miss. Unfortunately, Adebayo comes down with the rebound there, but now Adebayo going to look to do some dribble moves on Horford. Mid-range. Misses, rolls out. Tatum with the rebound. Smacks DeLon right across the face a little bit there, but that's okay. Tatum back to Horford on the 3-point line. Horford back to White. Now White looking for that Horford screen. Going to get it. To Tatum. Tatum down low to Horf. Horf down low and one. Should have gotten a foul, but does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. Al Horford with the tough finish down low to ensure this lead a little bit longer for the Celtics here. 73-46. Hero going to get by that Adebayo screen. Look for the 3. Now Adebayo left wide open. Takes the 3 as he misses it. Horford comes down with the rebound alongside JB, but Horford controls it. Now the Celtics on the other side of the ball. Tatum down low to White. Kick to... Boom! So Horford kicked it down low to Holiday, who kicked it out to White. And Derrick White hits another 3. The Celtics have a 30-point lead, ladies and gentlemen, in the third quarter. The Heat are absolutely silent. They are quiet. They are not coming out of this alive. This Celtics team is absolutely erupting from 3-point range once again. And they are absolutely balling. And I mean balling out on this Miami Heat squad. Here we go, out to start the third quarter. The Celtics already have 8 points to the Heat's donut. 0. Jake Layman minutes. 0, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic here from the Boston Celtics. I'm ecstatic. I was happy about this game going into it. I was feeling confident. I had no jitters. And then we get to the third quarter. I get a little shaky. I get a little nervous. We all know how these third quarters are with this team. But again, this first half performance has been fantastic. Horford, Cornette stepping up. Derrick White, ladies and gentlemen, he cannot miss. He is that hot hand. He is continuing to streak, continuing to go off for this Celtics squad. And I can't thank him enough because, man, oh man, Derrick White is an absolute baller.
I know I missed a little bit because I had to get some water. My throat was getting a little dry, but what did I miss so far? Any of the streamers and viewers want to interact with me a little bit?
No worries. No worries. The only thing you did miss was that Derrick White is continuing to heat up.
Like I said, that's kind of not alarm me, but not alarm me in a bad way, but in the best way possible.
He's continuing to go, continuing to be that guy for this Celtics team, and again, hits those 3s. Celtics playing some great defense as well. The Heat struggling to make opportunities. They have 0 points in this half, which is huge for the Boston Celtics. And again, we just love to see this team stepping up, doing what they are supposed to do, and controlling the victories at hand, because That's what's going to get these dubs. You know what I mean? That's what's going to get us these wins, is these dominating fashion wins. And just keep putting that pedal to the throat. Keep not slowing down. Icing on the cake in my eyes.
You really think experience will make a difference?
True.
Frank, it's the playoffs. You're right. It's the playoffs. How about a Barker square, Mr. Bempel? Absolutely. It's the playoffs.
Increase this a little bit. They're offering the season ticket packages right now on CNN, on NBC Sports Boston. And then here, put this back up for the score. And boom. And Landon's here. How we doing, Landon? How we doing tonight? He's spamming those shamrocks down below for us in the chat down below for the Celtics Nation, that Celtics family. Yeah, like Scal is saying, have a 30-point lead in a closeout game at home with the fans absolutely ecstatic. Ice Swallow Comb is here saying, hey, don't mind the name. No worries, Ice Swallow Comb. I actually really like it. But he's saying, wanted to stop by and say what a masterpiece by Derrick White, and he is not wrong.
Masterpiece and shooting clinic.
Exactly. Again, beautiful, beautiful plays by Derrick White tonight. Really consistent on both sides of the floor. White hot from Game 3 into Game 4 and now into Game 5. Just not slowing down for this Celtics offense. As the defense looks to clamp here, Caleb Martin takes a three, misses it off a Bam Adebayo screen. And now Derrick White will be bringing up the offense here for the Celtics, trying to get it go, trying to get something flowing here. Celtics having some ball movement on the three-point line. I love when they have that ball movement. It really excels this team. Again, White for another three. Going to miss, but is fouled. So Derrick White will be going back to the line here for a three-point opportunity. And like Celtics Roblox said, the waiting list is so long for the Boston Celtics season tickets. I know, man. I know. I tried to get some season tickets with my family. My mom's always, oh, get on the waiting list. Get on the waiting list. You'll eventually you'll be able to pay for it, but I'm feeling it's going to take a couple years before that time comes.
Well, Bruce, hopefully you won't need one. Maybe one of these days the Celtics will be nice enough to give us a media pass.
Exactly, man. That's the ultimate goal. You know what I mean? Hopefully be able to get that media pass. Hopefully be able to get to work alongside some great colleagues and get to cover the Boston Celtics someday. But as we know, Derrick White now at the line here. Going to take his free throws. Makes one. And then they're shouting out Tito's over here. Shout out to Tito's.
Eric Spoelstra, I think it's 16 years. He's now the head coach in Miami. Started out as a film guy.
But now Derrick White, another free throw, makes it. Celtics just making this lead even bigger. 38 points, 78-46 here. Heat just continuing to struggle from that three-point range. And even though the Celtics are struggling from that free throw, I believe they missed almost 10 free throws at this rate, we're still in this game up by 30 points, which is just crazy to think. Derrick White, though, out to Tatum. Tatum side step back, misses, unfortunately left wide open. Martin gets the rebound, but Holiday, once again, being that nitty-gritty defender, trying to get those steals, trying to get those cookies from the cookie jar. Horford, Adebayo on him. Adebayo with the, I don't know if you saw that shot, but that was a weird circus turnaround jumper. Hook shot as Adebayo gets the steal there. A little awkward going up. But now the Heat moving some ball movement. Martin takes it, misses it. White was going to try to come down with the rebound, unable to as Martin gets it crashing. But Adebayo back out to Martin. Celtics not letting Caleb Martin try to get hot. Tatum trying to stick him and gets the block coming off the Bam screen. Very delayed block, but a great one from Jason Tatum there. Not slowing down and showing off his hustle again. Celtics dominating in the block category 2-0 compared to the Heat. Brown with some beautiful, beautiful moves driving to the rack and scoring. Nice spin move, nice adjustments. Loving what I'm seeing out of a guy in Jaylen Brown. Now some great defense. White gets the rebound, taking it in transition. The fans are getting pumped. The crowd is into it. I can hear it, and the volume is on 10. But Horford backing right down. Baby food, lefty layup. Too easy for Al Horford, ladies and gentlemen. His son getting hyped up, giving him the fist pump, giving his dad that satisfaction. And this Celtics on a huge run here in the third. DeLon Wright cools it down by getting to the rack. But Isaac, a quarter where the Celtics sometimes usually struggle. One, they are definitely not slowing down in here.
Yeah, you're right. I think the biggest thing that I'm noticing, I'm just trying to even look at the stats on my own. That's why I'm looking down a little bit and looking to the side, is that, the Celtics are now starting to figure out where their strength is in the third, where they're not going to let up. And I mean, unfortunately, the Miami scored, but, just let them score, let them do that, take advantage. Mm-hmm. And they're taking advantage of everything right now.
Exactly. The Celtics right now outscoring the Miami Heat 16-6 in the third quarter alone. Just absolutely ridiculous to see this Heat. We're almost halfway through the quarter. They only have 6 points. Jaylen Brown, unfortunately, misses the three-pointer there with airballing it. Very frustrated with himself. But with this team being up 32 points, he's heating up. He just got a nice drive to the basket as well. Perfect spin move on Caleb Martin. Left-E layup. And that's the thing. Jaylen Brown with that left hand, the Miami Heat were his biggest critics from last series. And man, oh man, in this series, he's been going at him with his left hand and scoring multiple times with ease. So I love to see it, that the Heat fans get to see Jaylen Brown actually prove it to them.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
That was his main gripe last season from a lot of fans, was the turnovers, the left hand, just the issues, especially Miami Heat fans after them beating us in that series. So, Derrick White gets fouled, though. And now the Celtics will get possession here. Try to switch it up. Celtics Roblox's dad's on the waiting list. He might be getting them soon, but he doesn't know. That's what I'm saying, Celtics Roblox. It takes a while on the waiting list. It's very, very hard. But DCRUS is right. The Celtics are going for the jugular. They are going for the takedown, the brutal kill. And it's looking like it's happening right now. I'd love to see them get out to this lead and have the fourth quarter be an experimental one for this team. Hero gets by Tatum and scores. Derrick White here being guarded by DeLon Wright, looking for that Horford screen. And now great ball movement. White for another three. Unfortunately, misses the three-point shot, but this man has been on fire from three-point range. There are no complaints from over here. Now Adebayo working Brown down low in the post. Going to try to work him down low. Now Brown going to play some good defense, give him some good contests straight up, JB. And he's able to lock it down. Now Tatum gets the rebound, kicks it to Brown. Brown goes to the rack, lefty layup again with the finish. Jaylen Brown turning up really, really great in this second half. And that was, I was saying, JB, I thought he was going to have a big second half. And he's doing it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Jaylen Brown absolutely cooking up for this Boston Celtics team. Emmanuel, Celtics Roblox talking about how Jaylen Brown needs a left hand, but he's gotten better. Emmanuel saying, what is Tatum doing? I'm not really concerned about Tatum tonight, unfortunately. He's not having the greatest performance, but he's still shooting in an efficient clip. And guys like JB and Derrick White are turning up, so there's no need for Jason Tatum to really come through here. Like we mentioned, you know what I mean? If he's tweaked his ankle, let him have a little bit of a laid-back night tonight.
Right. No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
And Celtics Roblox saying he's practicing threes, unlike Ben Simmons for threes, which is, I'm very confused and questionable to see what the Nets do, with Ben Simmons here. Horford's going to get a foul call. Not happy with that. Dwayne wants to see 100 at the end of the third quarter, and that's something I could see that possibly could happen. Celtics are only 14 points shy with 4 minutes left. It's definitely possible. Celtics Roblox saying if he had a left-hand dribbling contest against 2023 Jaylen Brown, it probably would have won, claiming himself to be a righty. And yes, we know that the Tyler T Sports yapping session will be in the Discord. I'm excited to read that Celtics Roblox. We can break that down because last game's was absolutely hilarious. I don't know if you know who Tyler T Sports is, but he's a Miami Heat fan, and he was blaming the refs for the win last game.
Really?
Yeah, he was. The refs give Derrick White the best win ever. Like he does it for likes and comments and stuff, but like he's like very like, delusional, gonna just go with whatever the fan is gonna say. But I'm curious to see what he's gonna say for tonight's matchup.
Nothing wrong with it being a little delulu when it comes to this game.
No, yeah, especially for your team. You know what I mean?
You got to ride hard with it. Except I'm a realist when it comes to that stuff, so I can't be delulu.
Bad pass from Brown there to Hauser on the three-point line, so it will be a Celtics turnover. But Celtics, again, up 30 points here. They do have more turnovers than the Heat, 9 compared to their 3, but playing really, really solid on both sides of the floor here, minus the turnovers and the free throws. The Heat just cannot buy a bucket. Missed another shot there from Tyler Hero. Now the Celtics will work that perimeter, work that ball movement, get it going as Hauser gets to the rack with the slam. Sam Hauser going baseline, showing that emphatic finish there for the Celtics. And again, get that crowd up, get the fans going. As Highsmith now goes baseline and gets a slam of his own. But that's what I want to see. I want to see getting this crowd into it. I want to see the fans hyped up. Get everybody standing on their feet. And let's have a good one.
Yeah. I mean, Highsmith, I wish the Celtics picked him up, but he's such a good fit for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he'd be a great backup.
Nah, he'd be a nice wing defender for us for sure. Has that length, has that verticality, has basically all the intangibles you kind of want. A little bit of like, I kind of view him, I know, like a Derrick Jones Jr.-esque type guy for the Heat. You know what I mean? He was able to bring that type of stuff. Maybe, obviously, I think a little bit better than Derrick Jones Jr. I think Derrick Jones Jr. is more of just like a high-flying dunker-esque type. But Haywood Highsmith has some of those similar qualities of esque type player.
Highsmith's a D2 guy that I used to compete against, so and he's from Miami.
Yes.
He's the only Miami guy right now. I got a little respect. We did some fights, and Missoula had the coach against him when he was playing Division II basketball.
Oh, okay. So Missoula knows him very well. He knows his intangibles, his quirks, how he's gonna work. So it's definitely a little bit easier for Missoula there.
Yes, on the scouting report, he's seen him
yes.
since he was. So, I mean, you see two D2 guys from the same conference from the Mountain East. One's coaching and one's playing. You don't see that often. So shout out to that. Shout out to both. I mean, so that's a fun fact for any of the guys that are curious. Like, Highsmith, he's very fascinating.
Exactly, and he's a great like do-it-all player for them. He stepped up for them in the playoffs last year too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Derrick White hits another 3-point shot for the Boston Celtics, though. Absolutely erupting. 25 points, 8 for 12 from the field. Derrick White again. Staying white hot, not losing that touch. And the Celtics going to give it right back to him. Pritchard gets the ball and just going to give it right back to him. Derrick White, run this offense. Keep it going. Run that ISO. Haywood Highsmith on him. Cornette trying to give him that screen, but Jovic grabbing him. Now they're going to give it back to Derrick White. Just the Derrick White, whoever offense. Lob to Luke, and he slams it. Oh, come on. Are we going to get an offensive foul here on that? Yeah. Yep. Offensive foul, unfortunately, for the Celtics there on Derrick White, I believe, which does not look like an offensive foul in my eyes. Yes. To answer your question, or to kind of further point my thing, that Tyler guy was saying that the NBA needs to test Derrick White for PEDs after Game 4. That's what he was screaming about. Celtics Roblox brings that up. But yeah, Sam Hauser putting one down. Sam Hauser has been absolutely fantastic for this team tonight. Again, started off hot early, hitting those 2 threes early on, then just getting that emphatic slam. Again, pretty solid defender as well. Maybe not the greatest at the perimeter, but at the rim, he can really hold his own, going for blocks, going for some contests, especially from the 2 to 4 position. I really like what he can contribute. And again, guy from the G League, a guy who came through the main Celtics, undrafted, and just another piece to prove that the Celtics have these talents that can come through. Like, I know you covered them a bunch with a bunch of your friends as well. They have the talent that they can come through, and they have those players that can produce. As long as they can get them on those 2-way contracts and we can see them ball out, it's fantastic. With Drew Peterson, with Davidson, even with Brandon Slayer and, Neemias Queta and Jordan Walsh, who have been through the G League most of the season. It's great to see them produce well and, again, show out because they have this outlook that Sam Hauser has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, those guys are all going to look good. I mean, coming through. And to be honest, and any of these analytic guys are, I know a lot of Celtics fans in this stream are analytic guys that love to delve and play GM. They're cheaper to keep. They're cheaper to keep. And from what I heard rumors on the street, Brad is notoriously cheap with his contracts. He's been notoriously cheap when it comes to those contracts. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, like, but he just paid JB all that money. Rare occasion.
Yep.
Rare occasion. And Peyton Pritchard. Rare occasion, because that's what the market value says.
Yep.
Those big guys like Hauser, Neemias Quaid, they're in the long run, look at that. And I guess the prime example is someone I also know personally is, I don't know, on the Knicks. Prime example of a two-way guy, second-round pick, two-way guy for 3 years. Now they gave him a contract extension, Deuce McBride, that is trade-friendly if you need to, and also very financially savvy if you need to. So he's getting paid $13 million over the next 3 years, $6 million each. Very, very, very nice. And that's why I feel like the Celtics are going to look at that when it comes to the market with a lot of those guys like Sam Hauser, if they, end up, converting that from that two-way or that, the minimum contract, the role. So if that makes any sense.
Nah, I know what you're saying. And like you mentioned, a guy like Sam Hauser's on a club option, which is really, really nice for the Celtics here. He'll be back next year. But after that, I mean, Duncan Robinson got that big contract for being a great shooter. Grayson Allen just got that huge extension from the Phoenix Suns. So I wouldn't be shocked if Sam Hauser, produce this type of production for the Celtics in the playoffs, and even next season and going into the playoffs next season, some team wouldn't want to, throw a bag at him, give him some sort of opportunity to be a bigger star for them. And like I said, the Celtics have those G League guys. They got a guy like Drew Peterson, who is a very good, solid shooter, Joe Wieskamp, who's a very solid shooter. So they have some guys that, could fill those holes, could be those replacements. I know that we've talked about Al Horford getting older in age, Xavier Tillman coming in, kind of being that little bit of a replacement for the Celtics. Looking at Jaden Springer, obviously with Derrick White needing an extension, Drew Holiday getting a little bit older. He's that, really good defensive guard, that Marcus Smart-esque type guy that they could build around, especially with, Sam Cassell and Charles Lee working with him in Philadelphia last season, being those assistant head coaches. So having those guys that just know their role, know their spot, and who could grow to be those type of role players for us is huge, especially with the new CBA, with the new rules, how you have to do the trades, especially with being a second apron team. Those are things that the Celtics are going to need to have already in place, and they already do.
Yep. No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
The game's
definitely needs to happen.
Game's back, though. Tyler Hero misses a shot, and Luke Kornet comes down with the rebound, though. Again, a key player tonight, Luke Kornet, helping out on the defensive side of the glass. Once again, getting another big rebound there for the Celtics. But Holiday here, looking around. Hauser, three-point line, back to White. White for three, misses air balls. Celtics unfortunately unable to come down with the rebound here. And Bam Adebayo going to pass it down low. Now DeLon Wright going baseline underneath the basket. But Hauser now, or Pritchard, and gets his first points of the night going to the rack. Tough. Scal just brought up this valid point. No Tatum or Brown on the floor right now with the Celtics still up 29 as Adebayo's working down on Kornet. Holiday gets the steal. Now Celtics in transition here. Kicks out to Hauser, steps into a three. Boom! Sam Hauser not letting down once again. Still coming through, still hitting those shots, still being a big shot maker for the Celtics. 13 for 30 from three-point range, while the Heat are 3 from 20. Again, the main reason they're losing this game. Kornet with the Kornet contest on Bam, who misses the three. Now the Celtics in transition again. Pritchard steps into it, rolls out, unable to get the rebound. But the Heat now have the possession here. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Tyler Hero goes to the rack. Gets blocked by Derrick White, but we're going to get a foul call. I don't think so. Emmanuel preaching once again that Derrick White is the best player on this Celtics team. And man, oh man, he has not been raw in the last couple of games. Emmanuel's going to have to get in some of the credit he deserves for commenting that.
You're right. He has not been wrong. He's best player. He's player of the game.
Exactly. He was the player of the game last year. He's the player of the game this time. And T. Snizzle saying he's been here, guys, but he's tired, so he's going to go to bed. We got this in the bag. Nice streams. Thanks so much, T. Snizzle, for popping out. I know I haven't really seen you talking in the chat tonight, but it's A-okay, man. Thank you again once for always being here in the streams, tuning in, regardless of how long it is. I always appreciate your support, man. Have a great rest of your night. As the Celtics look like they have this wrapped up, hopefully going into the fourth quarter here. I understand the bedtime, and I understand why we can, because if we win this game, the series is over.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on the bedtime. My other job, working at a radio station, which is why, streamers, you guys haven't seen me much on the channel. I can't go into too much detail on who I work for, but I do work for a radio station in my hometown. And trust me, it is hard to watch these playoff games.
Yeah.
It's so hard for us and my staff and our staff to watch these playoff games. Like, they go on late, and it's like, oh, we got early mornings at the studio. It's rough.
No, that's the thing, man, is you're staying up late doing all that stuff. I know I've been helping out on Suns Digest with our boy CJ. He just got started over there, but there was a night where I believe it was Game 4 for the Suns, where the game ended at like 1 in the morning, and I was doing a duo with him, and I was like, oh, it's super late. I gotta be up and ready to go. I gotta do work and all that stuff, and you just gotta bite the bullet sometimes, obviously. But it's all good and fun. The playoffs have been exciting. There have been some entertaining late night games, but also in the early slots, there've been some great games as well. You know what I mean? We've seen some duels between the Cavs and the Magic, who I know is for not most casual fans, but as for basketball junkies like myself and you, obviously those are entertaining series to watch. The good defensive nitty-gritty battles, the low-scoring games, the old basketball, that's what we love to see. And then, the Knicks-Sixers series has been good. I know your guy Deuce obviously plays over on the Knicks, so you definitely been tuning into that series, been paying attention to that, and he's had some good streaks for the Knicks here in some of their games where he's erupted from 3-point range. I see the Knicks fans, my friends, talking about Deuce McBride stepping up. He's been very, very huge for that Knicks team in the playoffs.
And I predicted it since day one. I'm not saying this as a Knicks fan. I cheer for my friend.
Exactly. I don't blame you.
I've known Deuce for a few years now, and I was texting him yesterday. I'm proud of him. I just wish that he didn't get. He plays better when he's in motion. They think Tibbs just trying to make him into a spot up shooter, and that's not his game. He plays better off the motion, like off the rip, to get his shot off and get those 3-pointers off. He plays fast. He's a fast-paced player. So I wish, that's my only gripe with him. I wish that they weren't trying to make him become just a spot-up shooter. I'm like, that's not his game. Like, you gotta get him in motion, like on a fast break situation for the 3. That's how he plays.
Yep.
So I'm hoping he plays well the rest of his playoffs. Now, when it comes to eventually they are gonna have to play the Celtics. My loyalty, as far as you guys know, is with the Celtics. But I am gonna hope for my friend plays well, because he deserves it. He's having an amazing year, and I'm proud of him. And I'm glad I text him after every playoff game.
Nah, man, I totally agree with you. I'm rooting for a Knicks Celtics Eastern Conference Finals as well. As we all know, the Celtics and Heat have gone back-to-back battles, basically. 3 out of the last 4 years they've been competing for that Eastern Conference Finals. So I want to see someone new. I want to see a new face in there. And as we know, with this being a first-round matchup, it obviously can't happen. So we will get to see someone new. But I'd love to see a team like the Knicks, who haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals in forever, making that. I think the Pacers would be really cool for that young team. I don't know if they're necessarily going to make it. And then, obviously, if the Sixers win, if they somehow come out of that series, if they win these next 2 games, Joel Embiid versus Jason Tatum has already been a playoff story for years past. So seeing that in the Eastern Conference Finals will be fun, or Milwaukee will be fun. You know what I mean? So ultimately, I think all these matchups are great and could be fantastic for the Eastern Conference and for who the Celtics could possibly place. As long as it's not Miami, once again, I'm just happy to see new faces. That's what I usually root for.
That's true.
I'm a big proponent for new faces making the championship, new faces making the playoffs. I love to see young, cool teams make it, like the teams breaking the droughts like the Kings and the Magic this year. I was not going to say a fan, but very, very supportive and very happy for those franchises that they were able to see some success over the last couple of years, because it's been very bleak for them for the last couple of seasons prior to their explosion seasons.
Yeah, and I think that's good for the NBA.
Exactly. You want to see the small market teams ball out.
Teams get back into it, because for a while it was just all the big market teams, and everyone. I feel like even as Celtics fans, you should be proud of the small market team saying, "Hey, we're going to put up a fight."
Exactly.
Product, it's great for the money. When that happens, more CBA money, and that means the Celtics team pay more of their stars. So That's how I look at it. It's a big picture.
Exactly. And then you get to just see, like, the fan bases have fun. Like, obviously, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're a loud city. We all get, now that that's back, it's just cool to have that. You know what I mean? Just to have those atmospheres, all that type of stuff. Especially when you see the same teams in the playoffs over and over and over again. But as the Celtics are back here, start off the fourth quarter. Sam Hauser missed a three, but Drew Holiday hits one in response. And now the Celtics are up 101-68. Shooting 41% from three-point range, making 14 of their 34 attempts. And Pat Riley looking absolutely frustrated in the building here as his team is almost down a total of 40 points, in the fourth quarter. But here comes Hauser with another three, misses the opportunity.
What
were we going to say?
That's just... Looking at this score, I'm just like...
It's deflating.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Houston because we're going to do a post-game duo-vid, and he's definitely not going to be in the highest hopes tonight after this game. But here we go. Celtics with some great ball movement. Pritchard takes the three, misses it, unfortunately. Charles Miller was asking he was gone for a bit when went from 0 to 20 points. What happened? Well, Miami just can't hit their shots, and the Celtics in the third quarter absolutely erupted. Haywood Highsmith makes another three, but again, Celtics outscoring the Heat 41-23, 27-23, and 30-23. Just will add up over time, and that's what will cause the Heat to fall asleep. Not hitting their three-pointers, just not being an offensively sound team tonight. This is absolutely disgrace.
I don't know. It's wild. It's wild.
And Celtics Roblox says when he went to game one, Pat Riley was across the section from me. That's really, really cool. People in the section were taking pictures of him. I saw Adam Silver at a Celtics game once. That's the coolest person I've ever seen.
At a game?
Yes. I can show you after the stream. I have picture proof.
I guess it depends for me because I've been to a Knicks game. And when I went to a Knicks game, I saw a lot of people. Man, I saw the actor Leon. I saw Ben Stiller. I met Scott Foster's family. Almost got to speak to Scott Foster briefly.
Yeah.
And then when I went to a couple Wizards games, I got to hang out with the Knicks, and I got to talk to Malachi Flynn.
That's cool.
They were playing against the Knicks, and Deuce was in town. So
yeah.
I hung out with the Knicks family. And I got to talk to Malachi Flynn's family and Dante DiVincenzo's family and Josh Hart, who's from the D.C. area, who's from my home area. So, for me, it was normal because I was I'm not even from my college basketball days, but it was just, I know for some other people, it's like,
it's like star-struck stardom. I mean, I met Kevin Knox in an elevator in MSG once at UFC, and that's like the closest I've gone to meeting an NBA player and talking to somebody, but and as we know, Kevin Knox, unfortunately, the great Kentucky guy, did not have the greatest career with the Knicks and hasn't really had a great NBA career in all, which is
bouncing around in the G League, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate because you never want to wish that on anybody. But the Heat miss the free throw there. Celtics going to go fast in transition, going to get a travel call. Celtics Roblox is calling for the na goodbye. And the fourth, getting close. It's getting close. And Ice Wallow Combe saying that's why you reframe from saying we want Boston, and that couldn't have been even a better quote right there, because that's the thing. These fans asked for Boston. The Heat were calling for it after beating the Bulls by 30, and they got what they asked for as they're getting whomped right now. Haywood Highsmith makes the floater there to knock the lead down to 30 points. Celtics Roblox, if you go to a Knicks game, you're guaranteed to see Spike Lee. And the Sox won. Absolutely fantastic. The Sox won. I was at the game last night. It was fun. They won also. Yeah. Pretty Pritchard takes the three, misses.
When I went to the Knicks game, I didn't see Spike.
No Spike?
Wow. A bunch of other people, but no Spike. There was one game Spike was not there.
The one game he missed.
Spike was not at that game. I saw a bunch of other people, but no, I mean, MSG I think is iconic. The fact that I got on there. I can't wait to go back again.
Exactly.
And I want with Joe and going against Deuce, because Joe and Deuce, we all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably go back for that, but it's just time is not on my essence. Now with my new radio position, maybe I'll go back, and maybe next year I'll definitely go. I'll make some time and all right, I'm going this day. I'm going to MSG this day.
Mm-hmm.
So just to see that atmosphere, to see that rivalry, old school rivalry take place and go through. So that'd be kind of fun.
That would be awesome. Yeah, getting to hang out with your old buddies, just having some old time hometown fun, just in a new city. You know what I mean? Just enjoying it and stuff like that. But it's been a really quiet fourth quarter here for both teams. Heat have 5 points. Celtics have 3. Celtics are 1 for 6 from the field, with the Heat, I believe, being 2 for 7. Just not the greatest. But here we are. Oh, we got a new check-in here. Springer is in, as Celtics Roblox said, and we looked up right now. Springer is in. As Hauser comes down with the rebound here. Peyton Pritchard.
Hauser getting gassed. That's all.
Yep.
Guys are getting
Mihailuk's in though. We're up 30. They're feeling confident. Mihailuk's gonna get some playoffs opportunity alongside Springer, which we love to see. Get some of these fresh legs in here. Pritchard with the mid-range. Air balls, unfortunately. Or gets a shot blocked, but the shot clock didn't run out. But it's Hero now with Mihailuk guarding him. Mihailuk doing a fantastic job on the defensive side there, not letting Hero get by him at all. And the Celtics, again, we mentioned the rebounds at halftime. 49-26 here as totals, just double their rebounding. Absolutely crazy to see, especially with no Kristaps. That was something I was not expecting. I was expecting the rebound to be a lot closer in these games. Pritchard getting fouled there by Highsmith, going down low on the baseline. Hey, with Highsmith being gritty down there, trying to get a steal. Unfortunately, not able to come up for it, and Pritchard gets a foul. Pritchard here at the line makes the first one. Now Tillman's going to be checking in. All right, we get to see some Tillman action. Tillman's one of my favorite players on this team here, one of our newly acquisitions, but I just love his style, love his grit, love his grind, and I liked him at Michigan State. I think he can be an impactful player here for the Celtics for the future, especially having his bird rights, going over the luxury tax, keeping him. Just a smart decision to just keep him for sure.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Nice steal though from Pritchard there on the bad pass from the Heat, and now Mihailuk gonna go to the rack, pass it down low to Tillman, and the bench just great ball movement to Hauser in the corner for the 3-point shot. Again, these guys like Tillman, like Springer, Mihailuk, the stay-ready guys, they could have taken that opportunity. They could have been like, this is my one playoff shot. But no, great ball movement, staying ready, getting the guy who's already had the most opportunities, that wide-open shot. And that's what's different with this team compared to last. The teamness, the willingness to want to win the basketball game and make the smart play.
Yeah, no.
And Martin takes a deep three, makes it in Tillman's face, unfortunately. But Tillman, great contest there. Loving what I'm seeing on him on the defensive side. And again, this is a bench mob to end the game. Peyton Pritchard down low to Tillman. Tillman working down low, gets the finish. And as we can hear from the Celtics crowd, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. The Celtics right now in this dominant lead right now. 5 minutes to go. Caleb Martin makes the layup, but wow. Emphatic performance tonight. Just pure domination from the first whistle for the Celtics here. Never taking off that gas pedal. Never slowing down like we mentioned. On offense, on defense. Three-pointing just absolutely on fire from the first quarter. Not slowing down. And Hauser with another 3 contested. Wow! Hauser has 4 threes with a layup to his name. A total of 14 points to my knowledge. Without even looking at the stat sheet, I'll give it another look. But Isaac here. Celtics up 75-110 here with a little less than halfway to go in the fourth quarter. What are your kind of thoughts? What are your assumptions? The bench has got to be cleared by now, right? Peyton Pritchard's got to be getting taken out. Sam Hauser's got to be getting taken out at this point.
I'm going to be slow with my response. Sorry, Celtics guys. I'm just looking at the stats and looking at it down. I'm like, game is done. Yes. Bench, maybe keep Peyton Pritchard in at point. I don't. All right, hell, I mean, Jordan Walsh is with us right now, right on the bench. They put Jordan or JD, put Jordan Day. Let's say if the Heat go on a 8-0 run in the next 5 minutes, then pull them out and then maybe put Peyton in there. But let's see what the G League guys got for us right now.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see what the end of the bench can do. Like Celtics Roblox is saying, he called it. They're chanting the hey, na, 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 goodbye in the crowd. And Dwayne, again, nailing with those Sam threes. Back to back right there. Dwayne, Sam has a total of 5 threes. I messed up. 17 total points for our guy, Sam Hauser, tonight. And again, another big performance from the bench. Sam Hauser erupting with a total of 17 points. Jason Tatum has a total of 16. And Derrick White and Jaylen Brown got a total of 50 combined with 25 apiece. Now, DCRUS is asking, it's over. So he's got a question for us, Isaac, asking who's got next. Obviously, we know the Cavs and the Magic are the 2 teams that we can play in the second round. The Cavs have taken that series lead 3-2 over the Orlando Magic. Now, believe that Game 6 is tomorrow, so that ultimately opens it up. Do you think that the Magic will be able to bounce back, win at home like they have been? Because the winning team has won every single playoff game in that series. Or do you think that the Cavs will finish it off and they will be awaiting the Boston Celtics here?
I'm going to sing the Orlando Magic theme song for that one.
Yeah, that's my guy. Let's go.
Magic theme song.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh.
I think Orlando's actually going to close the series. There's just something about, as much as I love Cleveland, I think if they lose this series, I could be wrong. Cleveland could just close it.
Yep.
But I have a weird feeling it's going to go to 7. There's something about Paulo Banchero right now, and the Orlando Magic, they're playing like when they play well, they play like they have no pressure on them.
That's what I'm saying. They click when they're clicking offensively, it's easy for them. When they struggle offensively, though, it's tough.
Yeah, they play like they got nothing to lose. And Cleveland has everything to lose because if they lose this first round, somebody's getting traded.
Yep.
Someone's getting traded during the draft.
Yep.
And my bet is either Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland.
I think it's going to be Donnie or Jared Allen.
Jared Allen. Those are the 3 guys that are going to get traded. Because Cleveland still has all the pieces bench-wise to make a push, but Cleveland has a lot more to lose right now if they lose this first round. Because then they got to start thinking, all right, time to trade off for somebody.
Exactly. They gotta reevaluate their situation there if they lose this series. And I'm with you. I want to see the Magic. I think the Celtics have a little bit of an easier matchup versus this team because they are the little worse offensive team compared to the Cavs. I think that the Cavs could spark some heat, maybe steal a game or 2 from the Celtics if the Celtics were a little bit inefficient, but once again, the Celtics have been efficient this whole entire playoffs, this whole entire first round, besides really Game 2. And we're seeing that now. So as the game is back, Celtics again up 35, running with the bench unit. Pritchard's still in, but Ice Wallow Combe is asking if we can get Hauser to rest and see Walsh. I'd love to see that, but Brissett seems to be in for Hauser at the moment. Celtics Roblox would like the Magic alongside us. Drop down below if new people are joining who you guys would rather see, the Magic or would you rather see the Cavs in the comment section as Adebayo makes that layup? But as Ice Wallow Cone mentions, he wants the series to go 7. You said you wanted to go 7. I personally wanted to go 7 because I think that will help out the Boston Celtics for resting Kristaps Porzingis, for making sure he's the most available for that series or possibly even for the Eastern Conference Finals if that's when they choose to bring him back. But Rob is saying below 5M and it's still 30 plus. Let's sub out all the starters and just play the bench. Don't risk it, Joe. Just play the bench. Trust them to hold the lead, ideally deeper bench so we don't risk Sam or PP. And that's what we're seeing right now. Pritchard kind of just being that facilitator, just being that guy that's going to set up the offense. I don't expect him to take a bunch of shots here towards the end of the game. But Springer, big rebound right there, jumping up, grabbing that board. Huge over a guy in Thomas Bryant who's looks like he's double his size from the TV screen over here.
I'll be honest with you guys. Joe thinks like Tom Thibodeau. You're in shape. You're in shape to do this. That's just.
Yep.
I've been around Joe. To be honest, those who do not know me, I've almost played for Joe at Fairmont State. Joe's mentality. Joe's thinking like Tom Thibodeau. Minutes. You're in shape. You're in the league. You're in the league. They lift after the games.
Yep.
they'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
But I understand take out the starters, take out the main Primera bench, and just put the G League guys in.
Exactly. Don't want any of these guys tweaking or anything or hurting anything late in these games. You know what I mean? But it's always nice to get these guys that playoff experience as well. Charles Miller saying, great show. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in with us, Charles Miller. Have a great rest of your night in Kansas. We greatly appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next stream here. Double B's is here. What's up, Double B? Saying hello. He's going to say that Pritchard is better than Hero over here, which is a little bit of a hot take here, but I don't know. Hero's been very, very inconsistent. Not going to lie, but he does have, I think, a better projection than a guy in Peyton Pritchard. Celtics Roblox is going to make fun of Tyler T Sports in the comment section. I'll come join you in that, Celtics Roblox. Send me the link in the Discord. I'll be there. You know me. I'm always there to hang out. And Double B's wants the Cavs, but Ice Wallow Combe wants the Magic.
I would strategically, to be honest, you just want them to go to Game 7
Yes.
for both.
Yes.
You want to go to Game 7. But if you want the Magic, take the Magic. But Donovan Mitchell, he's a problem.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be one of those players to rival Jason Tatum for best player on the court some nights, where I think with the Magic, they don't have that type of guy. I think Paolo can grow into that guy, but he's not there yet because it's his first playoff series, obviously.
All right.
But Celtics playing some solid game here with the end of the bench guys. Peyton Pritchard making that layup. Brissett fighting for these rebounds. Tillman helping out down low on the boards. Just all in all, this team fighting, being nitty, being gritty. Now the bench points were really close. Now that the bench has been in here and been working for a little bit, we're outscoring their bench 28-15. Just complete dominance basically in every aspect here, besides the free throw shooting, which we had a lot more attempts than they did. But all in all, Tillman with the big block. Sorry to get a little loud there, but Tillman just got a big swat on DeLon Wright. Love to see that. And Pritchard out to Mihailuk, steps into the three. Unfortunately, misses it here. Celtics offense not really clicking right now, but that's what you would expect to see with some of these low-end tier guys kind of playing, kind of fresh legs, kind of getting used to it. Their first really, playoff minutes in this whole series, and it's game 5. So they've been resting, haven't really been getting that much go, but you love to see it. But great deflection from Mihailuk there down low as well. Double B's saying he cannot wait for the Celtics-Knicks conference finals, and that's what we were screaming about over here, Isaac. Obviously, you want it to be for your boy Deuce McBride to play against the Celtics. I want to see it just so that me and my friends can have a little bit of a rivalry and to see that new team make it. And I think it'll be a great matchup. I think we'll go 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm. We're not having a big stream with like the Knicks Digest guys, right? I know they're a co-worker.
I don't believe so, but if we do meet with them, we could possibly do something like that or get something going like that. I'm sure that I don't know if they do live streams, but I'm sure we could get something going with them.
So that would be a very interesting.
Exactly. I think it would be fun. Brissett going for those layups. Misses 2 layups, but gets his putback on his own to get the follow through. And Double B's wants to know if we think that Tillman will get more playing time. Honestly, I don't believe so. I think that Luke is going to be the guy that they're going to use. I think they brought Tillman in for some situations, possibly if Al goes down. But if Al does not go down and we see Al remain that healthy veteran, I do not see Tillman getting many minutes.
I agree with that. 100%.
And now the Heat chants are coming out as Brissett slams it home! Oh my God, Isaac. I don't know if you're going to see that slam, but O'Shea Brissett just threw the hammer down.
Yeah. No, I sorry, I'm not acting too excited.
Nah, you're good.
This game is getting crazy, but hey, shout out to Brissett. Good. A great way to get a gentleman's sweep.
Exactly. This is what we wanted to see. Now they missed the three-pointer. Pritchard up to Brissett. And Brissett going to kick it out to Springer. Some good ball movement here. We're going to get a foul on Springer. Isaac, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. You hold the stream for 1 second here. I'm just going to go get a little prop here for the fans.
Yeah, I'll hold it down. With the last 41 seconds of this game, it is, wow, unbelievable. And I know you guys are looking at Bruce's background as NBA champions. Maybe we'll get to update that this year, especially the way they keep playing like this. Incredible game. They played well. They did what they wanted to do. What I expect them to do is out-rebound them, take advantage of their starters being out, with Jaime Jaquez, just to reiterate all that. So Celtics did all the game plan, I guess, and that's kind of nice that they did that. And I'm proud that they did that. So shout out to them. And we got a little something here from Bruce. What is that, Bruce? Would you like to tell?
So, as the gentleman I am, before we get involved with this, I will tip my cap to the Miami Heat. But right now, I don't know if you can see it, we got the broom ready to go. And
I do see it.
we're going to bring out the gentleman's sweep, ladies and gentlemen, as the Boston Celtics right here are up 118-81 in the fourth quarter. The Heat fans were absolutely ridiculous on Twitter. Isaac, I don't know if you look on the Twitter sphere, but man, oh man, after game 2, they were livid. They were, oh, the series is over. Oh, we're bouncing back. Oh, we don't need Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler posted that meme of Jaylen Brown saying, we just need one. And man, oh man, I can't wait to see what your boy JB posts tonight. Because the Celtics, again, like Jason Tatum said, after game 3 or 4, the series is not over. We need to go back home. We need to get it done. And ladies and gentlemen, they did it for that home crowd. The fans, everybody's getting hyped up. The Celtics, once again, heating up from three-point range once again tonight. And we got the broom for everybody here. We're having a good time.
I agree with you.
We got the flag as well. Or not the flag, but my aunt got this for me from game 1. The towel with all the boys on the towel. Gotta get the energy pumped up. Let's spam some shamrocks down below in the chat for the Boston Celtics as they got the series victory. They're gonna take it. They got the gentleman's sweep. I want to see everybody spamming those shamrocks down below for our squad as we're getting absolutely hyped up for this win. Dwayne Dodson saying it was great to hang out with the Boston Celtics game tonight. Thank you so much, Dwayne, for coming through. Celtics, Roblox, screaming what the Heat fans are going to be saying at the end of the game, and we all know it's going to be coming out. And as it's a 40-point blowout coming soon, all the fans are reacting. They're loving the broom. They got the broom out. We got the broom. And as like Celtics Roblox is saying, this is for Tingus Pingus. This is for our guy. We got this win. Get that get back for our guy, Tingus Pingus. And Wallow Cone saying it as well. And this win was also for Mike Gorman. As you guys know, the legendary announcer is having his last game, unfortunately, called tonight, as the NBC Sports Boston will have no more playoff games. So for the last couple seconds, I know we'll be breaking it down, but for the last 40, I think we're just going to let Mike kind of bring it out for us. You know what I mean? For old time's sake, for our guy, Mike. They're going to see him. He's still going to be with the team, but unfortunately, this is his last 30 seconds of breaking down the game here. And nothing but respect to the GOAT, Mike Gorman. 39 years of doing the commentary for the Celtics here. Brandon, DCR, Ice Wallow Comb, dropping those shamrocks. Exactly. You cannot forget Mike, Celtics Roblox. One of the guys who's been with this team forever, ladies and gentlemen. All of our parents growing up have known Mike Gorman with him and Tommy Heinsohn back in the day. And now with him and Scal. And now the new generation with Scal and Drew Carter will be the new faces we see. But shout out to Mike Gorman. Shout out to the Celtics for getting it done in front of their home crowd here. The last 20 seconds, we're going to leave it up for Mike.
An amazing journey, and I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. Always, always. I'm sure you've touched so many people's lives. Those coaches running through their respective lines.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The game is over.
The Celtics move on to the second round of the playoffs. They will take the winner.
The Celtics win 118-84 versus the Miami Heat, getting that gentleman's sweep, Isaac, like we were talking about here. And again, a big game, a huge game here from this squad. Jason Tatum didn't even have the greatest performance, but Derrick White, golly, he was white hot once again from that three-point range tonight. Jaylen Brown, absolutely fire from the mid-range, from not really the greatest from the three-point range, but really, really solid on the defensive side. And now, all of the fans from Miami can't call us out, can't be calling us frauds, cannot be saying that Jimmy's our father, because we got the get back right here. I can't wait to break this down as we finish up the live stream here. Let's look at the chat. Let's see what everybody's saying. Live Gun saying, bye, Jimmy. See you next season. See Jimmy next season. He is not wrong. The yapping will be posting tomorrow, but I'll try to get out today in the Discord. No worries, Celtics Roblox. Whenever you get it out, I will check it out. And Ice Wallow Cone is excited to see what Too Tall Animations did. I'm excited to see as well. But Derrick White, again, finishes as the player of the game. 25 points, 8 for 13 from the field, 5 for 10 from three-point range, 4 for 5 from the free throw, with 5 total rebounds. Again, doing it all once again on both sides of the floor for this squad. Celtics shot fantastic from three-point range. Wow, the Miami Heat shot 10% from three-point range, Isaac. 3 for 29. 10.3%. Celtics just clamped them absolutely up. Again, Celtics struggled from the free throw, only shooting 66.7%, but dominated in all the other categories. Out-rebounded them 56 to 29. Out-assisted them 23 to 30. They did score points in the paint, out by 6, but it's A-okay. And again, looking at the box score one last time for the Celtics here. Jason Tatum, 16 points, 12 rebounds. Derrick White and Jaylen Brown both had 25. Derrick White, again, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Jaylen Brown, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 25 points. And Sam Hauser, that hot hand from the three-point range. 17 points, 6 for 10 from the field, but 5 from 8 from three-pointers. Absolutely fantastic game from the Boston Celtics tonight. I really had a good time. Isaac had a great time as well, breaking it down. Everybody else is coming in the chat saying the 86 Celtics are smiling tonight. DCR saying thanks to us, both of us, and let's go Boston. And Ludovicio Yanasas Mate says congrats, C. So congrats to everybody here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. From me and Isaac, again, you guys here 5 minutes, 2.5 hours. We appreciate every single one of you. We do these watch-along live streams all throughout the playoffs and all throughout. So as we push for 4,000 subscribers by the end of the playoffs, we appreciate your support. So with hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, with tuning into the stream. Can't thank everybody that commented, from Live Gun, Celtics Roblox, Ice Wallow Cone, Dwayne Donson, DCRS, BX, Double B's. I'm looking through the chats right now. Charles Miller was in here. T Snizzle. I want to say shout out to all of you guys, because you guys are what makes it going through. Isaac, before we head out, do you got any last words about the Boston Celtics, about the stream, anything like that before we head out here tonight?
Great win. They played well. Derrick White played exceptionally well, especially shooting, putting on a clinic. The only thing I can just say is they got to keep this up against Cleveland or the Magic.
Yep.
It goes now, especially if they have to play Cleveland, because Donovan Mitchell, like I said a little earlier, he's a problem.
Exactly.
He's a matchup problem for Drew Holiday, because although he's smaller, he's looking at a very, very athletic point guard. And then Darius Garland, if you isolate Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland's just as lethal and just as available.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And they have those creative guards. They have that wing depth. They have basically all the players that they can match up with the Boston Celtics. So it will be a competitive series regardless of who we take, Cleveland or Orlando. Orlando's had the best of us in the regular season the past couple years, so it'll be absolutely fantastic to see. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this watch-along live stream with Isaac and myself. We greatly appreciate everybody's comment. If I did not get to you by the end, I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in. From Bruce Veliz, from Isaac Harris, we'll catch you guys in the next live watch-along. Catch you guys later. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out. And